about it, don't do it. That's the best way that I can describe it. If you're gonna get pissed off if somebody's stealing stuff out of your equipment, then don't steal stuff out of somebody's equipment. If you're gonna be pissed off that somebody blocked a doorway and you can't get through it and it's made it really difficult and breaks the mission, just don't do it. It's simple stuff like that. It's common courtesy. We're all here for the spirit of the event, and that's what we try to promote. I'd like to give a shout out to our October Patreon supporters, which is Munez, Orcor, Dingo, Farks, Coac, Nemesis, Stathenberg. That is the $15 plus tier, and all those have been validated.
Okay, I see how it is.
Again.
You've been missed out twice.
You're not validated. You're not on the list. Apologies. If you got a problem with it, you can see staff, but you're not on that list.
Ouch. What should we do, General?
All right. Let's see. 15th. Do you all want to attack or defend?
Let's go red 4.
All right. You're in slot up. You do have option for leadership.
Defer. Lexic, would you like to fly?
No.
Yes.
And also like to throw the reminder off again that operations channel is for the community leaders to post us our numbers. So please don't fill it full of random text chat. It's numbers and rule document only, because it makes it hard to sift through what the numbers actually are. Let's get the second on blue 4. Cosmo, you want to take a platoon?
My first FNF in like 3 weeks.
Let's get TSB on Op 4. Let's get the 29th on Blue 4. Scandy Recon can come Blue 4 as well.
Cold Breeze, could you go down to Combat Engineer, please?
Let's get the EVETs on Op 4.
All right. Less streamers in the
Let's
NA
get
branch,
the
but
242
we're at
on
130
Op 4.
players, so we got more players in NA, but that is to be expected.
Copy that.
Severe watching the other rounds. Indigo Fox also watching Bassbeard, also watching as staff to make sure no one's breaking the rules. This should be a fairly interesting op, just a Takistan map with mostly infantry, so should be good. But how is everyone doing? Faded Dart, thanks so much for the 10-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this Friday night fight stream.
1RW, go ahead and head Op 4.
So these always start a few minutes after the top of the hour, so
Let's see.
we'll see how things go.
TSB, have y'all this slotted?
Now we wait.
Not all of us, but yes.
Not all of us.
Okay.
Switch for laser grad trenches wasn't important.
Let's get
Now we wait.
and TK on Op 4.
Someone sent me a link through Discord. All right, so I have one more on the multi.
I do want to say that Op 4 does still have leadership open. Blue 4 still has leadership open as well.
All right, so that's to add blue collar.
Let's get the Anastasi community on Op 4. If you are a Centaur or individual player, slot up on Op 4. Let's get SOG
Because he
on
wanted
Blue
that.
4.
All right.
SOG Delta 2.
Let's see.
Let's get TFG on blue 4.
I'm gonna switch it to Battle of Sejuk since we already played the Guardians in the first round. So as the music switches out,
13.
yeah, there's a lot of TSB
go
members.
blue
I think
4.
there's like 14 today. So TSB members, since people wanted to know about
command
that.
open for that?
First off, let's do Scandy
Company
Recon. So we have
command is
Azariah
open
on
for
Scandy
blue 4.
Recon, Nemesis, Yanni, Eander,
If your community
Gabian.
has not been slotted, slot on blue 4.
And I think that is everyone. I think Flying Finn's also here too. He's just his community leader tag
Either of
is
you guys were just gonna take Foxtrot
getting
one
in
on,
the
before.
way. There he is. Yeah, Flying Finn's in here too. And then TSB, we have Iceberg as the community leader for that. We have Arcalis, Badwolf, C-Spans, Devincer, Falcon, Galil SA, Homebrew, Iota, Jace, Jersis, Outcast, Potato CF, and Sleshy for that representation. So let's get our little banjo music up here. Reset the song, put it on loop, because this is going to be a Takistan fight, which means the Persian music is out to play. It would be 14 people, Mox, but someone doesn't want to come and play, Mox.
Companies. All right. Homebrew, you have 60 seconds on the clock. Put your company together.
All right.
Homebrew Cocaine's gonna command. Interesting. So TSB representation to lead. This should be
Both down
good.
in Fox 2, I need you guys to move up to Foxtrot or roll in.
So they've got the
roll
two
in with,
BTRs done. They
Echo.
got the air
The
command on
the two guys that
standby.
are kind of sitting there in Echo. If you could kind of slot in.
I think the
with TSB
BTRs
guys,
are
that'd be
both part
fantastic.
of one platoon. One BTR per platoon
our
each, because
golf
I'm only
guys
seeing
in the hotel.
one BTR group.
It's good. I need. I need a second platoon lead as well.
Okay, no,
as
it's
a
just
Charlie
they
lead.
got a platoon element. Weird. Guess that makes sense.
Where's that?
But I'll be curious to see what the Mat Team Gunners are. That's probably going to be
Okay, we have a
RPG
Charlie lead, that's
42s
good.
and Carl Gustavs.
Second platoon. Thanks, thanks, Basebeard. Do we have a Delta lead?
Oh, I just misclicked. Block, could you jump down to squad lead for Delta? Thank you.
Wait, sorry, is this Op 4 or Blue 4 platoon leader right now?
This is Op 4 company lead.
Pat,
So
we're
let's
on
see.
Blue
I
4.
do wish
Yeah, I
Big Boss,
realized
aka
that.
Homebrew
So
Cocaine,
you're
the best.
sorry,
He's going to be fighting
I'm
against
still living
Boston,
in
who
Op
is a
5 chart,
vet.
that still needs to be fixed.
And we'll,
Okay, to
when I
fix
say vet, I mean a vet of
make
FNF.
sure radio's slot right.
And Anderson, who is the leader
Pierce,
of
can you go up
FNF.
to Foxtrot squad lead.
The overarching host is going to be one of that guy's platoon leads.
For Charlie,
Ooh, this is going to be
Charlie
messy.
1 and Charlie 2, we're both BPL, so we could just both push over to platoon net.
Okay, that's fine with me then.
Alrighty, I'm gonna call it there. Let's get blue 4. Get your company together.
Boston.
Horrible jokes.
Sorry, I forgot this is a push-to-talk channel. How dare they? If I could have someone fill the
Horrible
Bravo 2
jokes.
team lead I saw was empty. And then someone in Foxtrot, can you move up to squad leader? And then someone in the Delta units, can I also get you up to squad leader? Just so we have leads. Stockton, go up to squad leader for Foxtrot, please.
Well, I mean, with that, could I have Stockton say the ammo bear, and then I just hop up from team lead to squad lead, and then just
Okay.
team lead my route,
That
just so we have more ammo.
Fucking be
Alright, just make sure you have
man.
contact with all your guys.
I don't know
Otherwise,
if
we are
FNF will have
looking
the
good.
ability for me to
Alright,
listen
check
to
it
their
out.
local
Go ahead, go ahead,
comms.
platoon.
quick thing, V-Lash, you can't be one-man element, man.
Here's what I'll try to do.
It's off for a clock shot too.
Here's what we'll try. I'm gonna enable
Okay, he moved
TFAR
up
beta
to
here,
ammo
and I'm gonna see
Foxtrot
if it
one.
if I can hear them locally with
Thank you.
TFAR beta on the spectator slot.
Anytime.
If I can, cool. But normally, even if I can, if I have a co-commentator like Barbarian usually co-commentates with me on NA, we won't be able to hear them. So
and supplement a squad medic and just leave it as that.
We'll see.
Roll Delta 2 up into Delta 1. We should be fine.
because you know beta has updated a few times, TFAR beta specifically. So maybe
All right, I'm going
maybe
to
not.
go ahead and push
We'll
it. We are behind on time, so let's go ahead and take this shindig.
You're
to the
right. I'll
next
probably
screen.
get stuck
If
listening to
you
dead
are
spectators too.
just
But we'll
now
see.
Connecting, you do have some time to get in. We do have safe start.
See
plus
how it
our
goes.
little bit of math brief time. So go ahead, get in, join.
So
If you got
I'm going to
people who
check
are on the
this
fence of joining, we
TeamSpeak
have not hit player
channel. We
cap
are
yet,
at 131.
So, come on in, have some fun. What else are we all doing on a Friday night, right?
We'll see how things
Nothing
go.
but COVID.
Heroin.
Drinking. Heaven.
God, that mic.
I made a mistake.
Listen, you have a very nice voice for radio presenting.
We need Daddy Andy's OnlyFans before anything else.
Oil?
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 Heroin.
Oil.
Oil?
The Americans are coming, lads.
Oil.
Run.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I'm giving y'all a second to sober up on that before I actually put that up, because if you all donate money, I'll be a little concerned. But if I'll wait till later on the night and then I'll post.
All right.
up
So
to see how
simply
much money I
put,
get.
3 blue
What is
4
that
ammo
brief?
caches
Okay. Tech defend.
can be destroyed in any order. One of the ammo caches in the water. Ooh, we might see something custom.
Related items. So
Op 4 spawns in a small
two
position.
objectives are fuel tanks, and the central objective is a fuel pump. As far as
So
the
fuel tanks,
go,
fuel
once you
pump,
get-
and
once you find them, the one that you actually need to destroy is marked with a sign. It'll be obvious once you see it. So that's the one that you actually need to destroy. So there's going to be a couple around. It's an oil storage facility. So, but the one that you've actually got to destroy is going to be marked with a sign. It's got an exclamation mark on it. So
Instead of ammo caches,
you'll,
it might be
you'll
something
realize
else
that
to
once you
blow
find
up. Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it.
All right. Do we have any questions from our company leaders?
Op 4's good.
It's just
Live-
destroy caches.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, without further ado, good luck, have fun. Round 1 of F&F starts right now.
All right, a little bit of a desync because of everyone trying to connect on the server. I'm gonna go fly up next to people.
Wow.
See if I can hear them, but I think it's just you'll only be able to hear other spectators because there's a certain option that needs to be turned on in the add-on options. We'll stick to client here, but if I remember correctly, for global settings, spectators can hear enemy units. Oh no, that is turned on.
What do you mean, nerd?
I'm getting really big.
So we will be able to hear them locally. All right. Let's try that then. Hopefully I won't hear other people that are dead. I'm going to lower the volume of the music slightly. This will help us hear them out. All right, guys. So we can hear them. Since I won't be having any co-commentators today, we'll just hear them locally for this one instead. All right. I will hear people when they die. Oh, God. Do you guys want to hear people screaming when they get shot in the head? All right, we'll try it for one round, and if we like it, we'll keep it. If we don't like it, we'll go back to the commentator channel, all right? So we have what looks like the vanilla statics, because they have stuff loaded in the box right there. Actually, no, I think these are the RHS ones because the vanilla one has the cap overhead. So 4 static, 50 cal. It is very loud, very well. I hope the TeamSpeak... I've got something set up on TeamSpeak that's supposed to even out everyone's audio, so hopefully that works out. But again, I'm always like to try something once, so we'll see. And if not, the noise gates will prevent anyone from ear raping you, so... Let's see. These are fuel pumps instead of ammo caches. Okay. Let me make sure that's reflected in the mission command here. Blue 4 fuel. There we go. I haven't seen fuel pumps yet, but the same script would apply, you know? So instead of blowing up the ammo cache, it'd be mag dumping these fuel pumps to destroy them. So we got one right there. Another one is an oil derelict right here in a little fortified position. And then the third one is, ooh, a little custom depot kind of built out in the water for whatever reason. Kind of like it. Multiple places to climb up on the ladder, an obvious bottleneck, a little bit of room to put fortifications here. That should be a-okay. 150 cracks of brew. This should be good. All right. Yeah, I should get a little bit of cider. I'm actually out of cider, so I gotta go get some more. So some people disconnecting back and forth, we'll see them filter in and out of the server. OPFOR having a bunch of transport vehicles. The MI8 is unarmed. Wait, nope, I lied. They've got a single door gun on the left side. All right, so that's basically for some support fire. The 2 BTR-80s, 50 cal can penetrate them, so they got to be careful. But otherwise, this is going to be a lot of infantry transporting for this operation. But with 130 people to manage, this is definitely going to be an interesting one. So again, we'll try to scroll in and listen to them.
Or better yet, the main thing is...
Otherwise, Blue 4 having some defenses dug already right here. Looks like a little command tents dug. We'll be curious to see where those 50 cals are brought in. They also have open-skinned Humvees for transport. Interesting. Now, looking at these 3 AOs, you got to remember any of these fuel pumps can be destroyed in any particular order. So OPFOR, because they're going to have a lot of people, I'm willing to bet they'll probably grab some transport Vics, maybe load up a squad or two in the MI8. And try to drop it off on the northern side. But looking at each of these AOs here, this one, I mean, just look at how nasty of a kill zone it is. But OPFOR has a pretty nice valley that they could deploy from. Whoops, didn't mean to blind you guys there. And then come into this town right here and get some pretty good high ground too. So that's always the option when we deal with this town right here. We've also got the high areas over here on the hills, just a little bit of lacking cover, but also the random fortifications around. But really just, you know, with this being a valley, it's going to be really tough to defend because you have to stay in the low ground as Blue 4. And honestly, just OPFOR can come from anywhere, and especially with the BTRs that could set up on the valleyway, this is kind of a trap of a defensive area, if you ask me. AO number 2 is a little bit easier. I find it kind of funny how we have a destroyed wreck right on top of, or right under a active one right here. So I'm not sure if that was supposed to be that way or what. But I like this because it's got a good perimeter wall. You can't knock these specific wall textures over either. Got some good fortifications around it. Pretty well defensive, if you ask me. Looks like 2 major entryways from the front and the back. But this could be held out pretty well. It's also surrounded by openness, so Blue 4 could dig some fortifications around it, use the fortify tool, make some trenches. But, you know, it also is on a good little bit of terrain, only flanked by a big hill far out and this area over here. But that is all well within. There's actually no cover map border, so anyone can go anywhere on this map. The third AO is a little bit of a trap as well because the actual objective is in a valley again. OPFOR again could easily land a helicopter somewhere and get a lot of guys out here. The issue with the valley though is there is really no cover up here. The rocks at the edge could provide some good cover, but getting there is the risky part. It's again a good defensive area, but in reality it's just super exposed to everything around it. So people are going to have to be careful breaching in. The fuel drum is the center one right here that they'd have to OPFOR has to destroy. So I don't know. I mean, The first and third ones we just looked at looked pretty sus, if you ask me, but the central one, I mean, that's the gold standard here, so I hope Blue 4 decides to defend it. Putting some 50 cals around it would be really nice to make it defensive. I guess if I had to choose two, I'd go for this one as well, because there's just a lot of good urban areas to hide in. You can fortify the town to make a good perimeter around that building. No offense, it's kind of obvious where this fuel pump is. Also, you have this little fuel thing coming out in the back. So even though Op4 doesn't know where it is in this area, you can also kind of tell because this is a custom building, because this is the map. It has 3 buildings and a wall. Instead, you got this warehouse right here. Kind of makes it easy. And then this perimeter, you know that it's something in here. And then the Op4 one, I mean, yeah, there's no hiding any of it, you know? Usually the hiding can, if it's in a town, for example, can really help Blue 4 out for staging defenses, but it's kind of obvious in every vector here. But yeah, if I was Blue 4, I'd focus on this one, I'd focus on this one, maybe a few guys overwatching that one, but only if I really thought I had the manpower to sit there. But with 130 people on the server, probably have something to send, you know? If I was Op4, I would definitely use this valley marked right here to get into the first objective. I would also stage some units from the MSR over here just to do some overwatch. I would load that chopper with 2 squads, and I would go around and land either on the northern sides over here. Actually, I'd do the southern. I'd do this area over here. I would just do a flyby first to make sure it was safe, and then I would go for a landing. Because usually the hostile faction will shoot at you if you're flying around. And then I would just converge on the central objective. Honestly, a good way to converge this AO would be sticking to the forested area in this little valley right here after taking that one out. And then that can let you get right on top of this objective. A little bit of an open kill zone right here. But if Op4 is able to maintain their overwhelming numbers, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But I'm going to be honest, after I witnessed what EU had in store and all of the vehicle squandering I witnessed, that broke my heart. I am just going to say anything's possible here. Again, with any Friday night fight, it comes down to the PvP and if people know how to use equipment that they find, and it will literally make or break the game. So we'll see how things go with all of this regardless. Now, to go over the number system for everyone that is new, it's really simple. Command is the company commander. He's in charge of 2 platoons. For Blue 4, for example, that's Boston. Then you have Platoon 1 HQ, which has their platoon commander, and 2 IC, their first sergeant, whatever. They have a platoon medic, and then they also have a marksman. Marksmen are given 7.62 rifles with a medium optic scope, the vanilla one, specifically the MOS. Then you have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, or Foxtrot. The squad leader is a squad leader and a squad medic, and it's orchestrated by a simple single letter. And then you have A1 and A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, and so on and so forth, which represent the 2 squads, which, fire teams within the squad, which also have their own medic, and then they're led by a team leader. They have a single AT guy, single machine gunner, a demo, and maybe an assistant. Usually they're about 6 people strong, but I think for this roster it was 5. So we got that for Alpha and Bravo are both rifle squads, and then Charlie is a weapon team. And then for Platoon 2, you have Delta and Echo as rifle squads, and then Foxtrot is the weapons team. So Foxtrot's all loaded up right here. So for the weapons teams, for Foxtrot, both the fire teams and for the first Charlie team are all heavy machine gun teams. So for Blue 4, instead of the squad-based weapon being the 5.56 M249, they're given a 7.62 M240 Bravo. So basically it's a bigger gun that can dish out a lot more damage, and more people in that team are assistants to it. To the machine gun to carry more ammo for it. And then the most dangerous team, I would argue, the team that can make or break your op, is the Charlie 2 team, which is the MAT team gunner. They can be equipped with reloadable AT, so in this case we have Blue 4s being the Carl Gustav, which means Op 4 is probably going to have the RPG 42, which they're in a BTR right now, so I'm not going to be able to tell, but usually they're mirrored based off the faction. You can also see Titans used, Javelins used, which they're the same thing. Iglas or Stainers, depending on what the op has in terms of assets. But more often than not, I would say 2 months ago and prior to that, it was almost always Javelins, but recently it's been more so Carl Gustavs and RPG 42s, just that reloadable AT. Now, when it is Javelins or Titans, it's, what is it? It's 1 round for the gunner and then a 2nd round for his assistant. So they get 2 overpowered, missile launches that are almost guaranteed to hit unless they don't angle the shot right. When it's the Carl Gustav or the RPG 42, it's 3 and 3. So the gunner gets 3 rockets and then his assistant gets 3 additional. When it's an Igla, I think it's 1 and 1, but I can't confirm that. And also in the rare times when it's a Metis, because we did have a Metis mirror match in EU. I think it's 2 and 2, but again, I cannot be quoted on that. But the last time we saw Metis used, it was, I think, 4 rounds total. So, with all of that, I mean, still have a few minutes on the clock. These are usually 50-minute rounds with 15 minutes of save start time, but sometimes that is adjusted. So, we'll get a 15-minute warning at about the 50-minute mark here. And gotta remember, Blue 4 either has to kill all the bad guys or stall out the clock. Op 4 has to just get the objective done. I think they also do win if all of Blue 4 dies, but usually that doesn't happen. Usually the objective's done or a team runs out of time. Normally you don't see everyone die on a team, but anything's possible. So we're seeing a lot of fortifications being done around the central objective. Looks like Blue 4 is going to forego the first AO. Sometimes we see that happen because it's easier for Blue 4 to spread its forces across 2 AOs than 3. That's a tactical decision that I fully endorse. But they're going to opt for holding the 3rd AO as well. Which, honestly, this is a pretty nasty kill zone to be put in, but if they hold the perimeter of it, then it could work. But again, any of these objectives could be attacked at any time. I want to see how Op 4 is set up. Op 4 does not have anyone loaded in the helicopter except 2 additional guys. And you can hear them chatting. So I don't know if this is like all part of the helicopter team. No, so they might have a marksman team loaded up in there. And then everyone else is loaded into vehicles and the BTRs. Okay. So by the way, you're seeing H and G. G represents vehicle crews, and H represents pilots. I forgot to mention that on the roster. So if you guys have any predictions, feel free to give them. I don't think this one's going to be predictable, just because it's going to fall to the PvP. Op 4 has the advantage with the Sky and the BTRs, but if Blue 4 outflanks them or has a really good mat gunner, that can be thrown in. That can be thrown in the towel real quick. I don't think Logan's playing NA today. I didn't see him, but I'll be sure to point out the veteran players when I see them. So we got people like Hoyt, Mannerheim, Firefight. I mean, all those guys. The only one I don't know is Poe, but his name does ring a bell. Like, I've seen a lot of these people over the past few months do some pretty cool shit. Logan was the first, and he's the most well-known because I highlighted a lot of his actions, but anything is fair game. Op 4, meanwhile, vibing for a force split here. 2 BTRs going to go one way, and the cars are going to go the other. I think this is a little bit of a mistake because you don't want those BTRs going uphill because they suck going uphill. So I think the BTR should have gone the other way, but I think it's because they're going to put the BTRs over on the hilltops here to fire downwards as the infantry get close, executing that plan I was talking about. Op 4 might just keep all their eggs in one basket here and do a unified push AO to AO, but we'll have to see how things go. So how are these ops balanced? Do they script damage values for each gun? So FNF does have their own config file where they rescript damage, so 762 isn't as overpowered compared to AK. But, not AK, 556. But even so, how would I put this? Balance is kind of not really done. how do I put it? It's up to the mission maker to make the balance how he or she sees fit, but then the FNF staff have to approve the mission to make sure that it does seem balanced. And I would say out of all of the missions we've done, which have been at least around 20, I want to say, the ones I've commentated on, I think there's only been 2 that I thought were unbalanced. But it's a matter of opinion. So Op 4 has 5.45 rifles. You can tell by the plum mags that they generally utilize. So 5.45 versus 5.56 is nearly identical, and you have the MI8 also doing a wide turn here. I am really curious to know where those BTRs are going. Maybe they're getting up here to then get up on the hill so they can keep high, but we'll see how things go. Oh, yeah, no, again, two really good players, T5 Bay, T4 Herb. They've done some pretty crazy stuff in the past. Audrey Hotto has the record for most kills, but people like T5 Bay, man, if you have them on their team, on your own team, you know you're in for a good time. Now, I will say this, regardless of the caliber of gun you use in Friday Night Fights, unless it is a secondary weapon being a handgun with 9mm or 45 auto, every shot that goes in the head is going to be an insta-kill. Every headshot's an insta. With 5.56, depending on what you're fighting in terms of body armor, the shots kind of depend. I've also seen people with 7.62 weapons mag dump each other. And again, it really just falls to the server. And also with 130 players, there's going to be a little bit of desync here and there that can sometimes screw things up. But I will say the server that FNF runs, I've only seen one op suffer to desync. And that was before they made the update to this really awesome server. Because fun fact, Corporal Firefighter, who is one of the guys on the multi-Twitch link, he has a Bohemia dev watch him like religiously, apparently. And that Bohemia dev was the one that recommended this new server. So, I mean, if you get a literal recommendation from one of the developers of the game, I think you'd be hard-pressed not to take that guy up on that offer, you know? So we have Op 4 landing elements of the 1st Platoon HQ out. I'm willing to bet this is going to be a marksman 2-man team. And they, Stanners decided to take a parachute. He could drop that now, because that's just going to weigh him down a little heavier. We hear them locally talking a bit. And maybe that helicopter is going to start going out to get some scouting data. Meanwhile, the first half of this pincer movement Op 4 is trying to make has started to dismount over here. We're seeing elements of Delta Command at the company level Platoon 2 HQ. Foxtrot, so just a good spread of units. And the rest of these guys are going... Did we just see that BTR do some... Okay, then. Yeah, so they're going to ride the edge of the map here, which is technically legal because the cover map hasn't done anything, but this is a little cheesy, but if it's open to be used because there's no border made. So I gotta wonder where... I guess they're just going around this massive valley to get up here to flank the next forms of AO, especially since this force is holding right now, so they're waiting for this other pincer to be set up. What's concerning, though, about Op 4's move here is how long this is going to take. This is going to take another 5 to 10 minutes for Op 4 to get into position, which means that Blue 4 is going to have a lot of time killed for them. So Blue 4, again, just has to hunker down. Keep things going. They could probably just stall this out the time, you know? Meanwhile, we have two guys, a demo guy and an AT guy. So just a single shot AT. They're going to recon the first objective to see where Op 4 is, because, again, I would say one of the most important things in FNF, other than the PvP, is your intel. If you can find out where your enemy is and redeploy your forces... You're going to do really well, especially if you have extra assets like tanks. EU a few hours ago, the first and third op had such a squander with the tank assets, it made me want to scream, and one of them literally cost the team the game because they just went out and about. So info is important, communication of that info is important, and just how good your players are in general is important. I'd say it's the order of how good's your PvP, how good are you at communicating information, and how good are you at managing your assets at a command level. Those, I would say, are the top 3 things for Friday night fights. Because time and time again, I have seen things get squandered, man. But yeah, now you're going to have BTRs climb these big hills. We have another divergence here. One BTR is going to go way north, and the other BTR is going to follow this gas down. I think they're going to try to get up here on the high ground. They got to be careful, though, not to get spotted. I just used page up to turn my render distance up a bit. MI8's going to do a flyby here to try to see what he can see at the first AO to get that scouting info down. If Blue 4 identifies that the helicopter's over here to at least figure out that Op 4 is starting to scout at the first AO, that's intel on itself, because you can, you know that if this guy is scouting out the first AO, that's where Op 4's focus is going to be, so you can then plan for that, you know? There's so many things about little actions that people don't think about that, you know, you could utilize. Oh, speaking of firefighter, here he is. He is a demo specialist. You know what I'm willing to bet he's going to do? He is going to put a demo charge somewhere in here and then find a house to hide in and then wait for Op 4 to send a squad in there and then demo it and get a multi-kill. I would love to see firefighter do that. And he's got plenty of time because Op 4 is trying to make a wide pincer maneuver, but I don't think it's going to work out. Honestly, Op 4 should have just ferried dudes by air if they want to do this. I get the BTRs being utilized, but it's a pain to see this. Because not only is it running down the clock, it's also just running, it's just increasing the wait time of everyone, you know, just waiting to kill each other. We want to see bloodshed, right? The players want to kill each other, right? Like, come on. We gotta see it happen. So he would have 2 explosive satchels. I would put one in that corner and one in that corner. Or behind the poles. Or better yet, on top of the poles, behind them. There's so many cute little places he could put those. So one Gaz has made it up and is coming around. I guess, the 2-man team was sent up there to recon that route. BTR, one BTR is starting to make it downhill and driving around. The other one is still the poor hydraulics on this baby. Going up this at least 30 to 45 degree angle. Ooh. Spinning down. Have to hold shift to go down farther. He is, yep, putting them in the corners. And immediately shutting that door. Is he only going to plant one? He's only going to plant one. Now, where is he going to go to see that? I'm not going to lie. That window would be perfect. Little close, but perfect. Other places he could go. He could, not these bushes, I'm afraid, because Defilade's in the way. He might just try to hide close, but honestly, this bush. Prone, that would be a little tough to do, but yeah, I mean, hiding in that bush back there would be good. A bush is something he'd want, probably up high too. The issue is his camo would make him stick out like a bit of a sore thumb in a bush, but that's the best he's gonna go. But I think he's gonna go for this building. No, he walks past it.
Risky part.
I forgot, we can actually just scroll up to him and listen to him locally. So he just said something about this being the risky part. See, if he put the charge in the other door, he'd be okay. But this spot right here actually isn't too bad. But we'll see what he decides to settle on. he might actually just completely pull back. But the issue is, if you don't see them going into this charge, we saw this happen in EU round 3. Charges were put in really good spots in an ammo cache hunt, but they weren't there to PID when the players weren't there, because what the enemy can do is just go in here, put the charges down, and leave, and then it just nullifies the use of that trap, which sucks because I really like these traps. I love them. But they're not used right. We're coming up on the 30-minute mark. Op 4's starting to send a guy ahead. It looks like this is probably platoon command of some sort. Yeah, platoon 2 lead. Some infantry coming over this hill as well. Firefighter might get caught out in the open here, but I don't think there's anything here that could engage him at this range. Maybe some machine gun sprays, but that's not worth the ammo. So what they might do... Firefighter just NJP'd there. Accidentally had a discharge of his rifle. Hopefully it doesn't alert. But no, we have Coat right here. He is over... Okay, so he's going to overwatch for Firefighter. So Firefighter can go in a safe position and risk not risk getting shot that way, because he's the one that has to detonate it. You know, he can't just get sniped out and that entire thing gets squandered. So I like this tactic here. I like the second guy. But yeah, with this MI8 circling, I think Blue 4 can tell where Op 4 is going to be focused on. But this second half of the Pincer has arrived up here. It's quite possible that they're not going to do a Pincer. Instead, they might go to a different objective. Also, I love where Blue 4 Commands decided to set up here. This is not a bad spot, and it also lets him see a lot from this area. I just hope he doesn't go all the way up here, because that would be very, very overexposed. Now the helicopter is firing at the bunker position right here, landing some pretty accurate shots, distance considered.
Oh shit.
So you hear these guys reacting, giving a bearing out. They got the 50 cal now firing. It's good that the helicopter is getting Blue 4's attention. They're trying to gauge where those 50 cal statics are. So I'm not sure if the Mountain was close enough to PID that the 50 cal was right there, but he at least knows where a Blue 4 position is, so he can now relay that to Op 4. So Op 4 will start getting info that Blue 4 is really digging in on this position, while they also have intel that there's not that much going on right here. So we do have a Gaz in this spot with Outcast's little decal on it. They might go in and demo, as this force might reposition to engage over here.
Eyes north. Oh yeah, Delta with me. We're gonna push into Nagara and just find the thing and blow it up.
Yep. So these guys are gonna push. This is exactly
grab the vehicles and bring them forward.
what Blue 4 wants. Op 4. I like the local chatter. I'm hoping when they die though, they don't we don't get ear raped. But I like how they are gonna have a guy or two stay back here to field the vehicles up when needed, because they've got quite a few that they're gonna have to drive with. But if they all go into that building with Coda, what Coda's... Who's gonna watch? Okay, no, so Firefighter, he's gotten in a position now, but he's got no good eyes on the objective. Said Firefighter's watching these guys come in. Honestly, just like somewhere up here, you know? Like this bush with binos, just looking down would be perfect. So, you know, one guy goes and plans to charge, other guy goes up here, they set up, they wait. It would be perfect.
Go around to the north side.
These guys are going to come around and flank. Spooky.
Got it. I found it. It's inside here.
So Outcast calling out Fisher, running right in.
I ain't touching that. You can touch it, Fisher.
I like the little custom sign here. That charge is really hard to see. Actually, it's a satchel in the shading. And we're seeing some more shots being exchanged right here. But time-wise, there is going to be 35 minutes left in this operation. The clock is ticking down. Op 4, meanwhile, we have Stanners, the marksman, going off ahead. His battle buddy, the Platoon 1 HQ, staying there. And then we got Op 4, I guess, waiting in a reserve force over here in Nur. So Homebrew, who is Op 4 Platoon.
Send the rest of your guys up to Objective 2. Platoon 1, at this time, requesting that you start your assault on Objective 2.
So they might, based off that, there might be a pincer movement at Objective 2. I mean, look, we got all these people pulling around. You're going to have more people pull in. I mean, again, if there was some Blue 4 guy up there watching all this, that would be perfect. I think if people started investing more in the explosive traps in Friday Night Fights, we would see some very nasty stuff. But Firefighter, I think he's just going to have to guess. Because he's not overwatching, he's just staying there to be within the range of the explosive. Coda pulling back. And Blue 4, again, they're not at the position, they're overwatching the position, which is a better call in my opinion if they were to dig a trench network. And then we have one guy over here, he's with a Vic, he's just kind of trying to make sure that Op 4 isn't going to come around on a wide flank. This is actually really smart to do. Because him with a vehicle, if he sees something, he can immediately get in that vehicle, pull away, and then let Blue 4 know that, you know, something's coming. So, again, another thing I wish we saw more of. Oh, Firefighter.
Hey, fun. That's where we're going to be heading. Meeting up. Stop going down the street. Come on.
Is there friendly in there?
Ooh, hold up. That sound was the sound of the chopper getting hit with 50 cal. Another hit just came in. Not seeing anyone unconscious, no major damage. Generally don't want the helicopter flying over where people are trying to be sneaky because that brings eyes over here and someone might be able to see them out in the open. Wonder if there's any superficial damage there, or if there's anything critical. But meanwhile, Snow, I'm willing to bet, is... Nope, he's a medic. I don't see any charges down yet, but... You know, honestly, on the outside, on the entrances to the building... Like, what if Blue 4 put a car right here with an explosive satchel on it, you know? And blew up the front of it as people were forming around just to check it. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. We're waiting to see who's going to come in to put an explosive charge. We have Ace here, uniform glitched. I'm going to quickly check the skulls on both sides. There have been no KIAs yet. And we are... Gosh, another, I think, 25 minutes. Yep, so someone spotted the guys on the hill over here. And they're blindly firing because the chopper led them over here. And they were able to see the little bumps on the hills. But now we're starting to see the pincer movement form. BTR coming up filled with guys. Gaz coming up. That's going to get spotted. On the second BTR lagging behind. Again, filled with dudes. The scary thing about this, though, is this is a massive kill zone. And... honestly, the BTRs are going to have to do some clever... Nope, they're going to dismount here. Oh, this is going to get messy. You're going to be seeing dudes firing at pixels at this point.
900, 900, 900!
You hear Nursk yelling. They're ranging the MG up there. Looks like they're getting it moved as well. That's the Gaz that's dismounting. They're going to hold on rockets.
Do not hold rocket, hold rocket.
You have those two explosive specialists going in the building, but firefighter, he's not gonna know.
Got ranging on them. Start firing.
The trench is too high, and you hear Carpenter giving a sigh about it. It is possible to dig your trenches too high. And the MI-8 is, struggling to fly. Ah, yes, the good old Soviet. Put the engine on when you're already in the air maneuver. I love it. I love it. And the demo team has just cleared this area. 2 charges down. Yeah, so firefighter. Unfortunately, that's gonna be another squander on the explosive. Good concept, good idea, but if he has no way to visualize this, then what's the point? So explosions went down, no destruction. Demo's gonna have to go again. This might give firefighter a second chance if he audio PIDs it and sees that it's still there. I mean, this would be perfect.
Oh, that didn't work. I'm honestly confused.
Alright, I put down another charge.
Did you select it?
Come on, firefighter, please. This is what you want. And they're already out.
All cleared. Run the hole.
I mean, there's no way to tell that that's the specific one. I think they used the sign right here to show that this is the specific one they need to demo, but... Jeez, firefighter, you're really making them wait for this one. It looks like that actually caused his charge to blow up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they just realized they've been demoing the wrong one. Ah. Hope they still have demo here. Meanwhile, massive Op 4 force has just decided to open up on Blue 4. Boston, who's right here, he is going to probably take note. Instead, he's turning out and trying to get some shots on this far group over here in the gas. Op 4 doing their best to close some of the distance here. And looking back and forth, still no KIAs because of the distance here. But honestly, Boston's in a bad position here because he's right in front of an entire flank here.
Avoid backlash, Nerisk. Avoid backlash.
Grenadier rounds going back and forth. Helicopter doing some overwatch here. Just heard a Moz round get fired. I think that might have been at the helicopter. Oh, yeah, so that helicopter is definitely doing, basically trying to make everyone go up, less rifles to look at the actual battle line coming down.
Oh. That was a really good AT shot, whoever did that.
That's blown up again. So you're right, you do hear the spectators when they die. That was Iceberg. No, that was where the Moz round landed.
Yeah.
Alright, so if the chatter gets too bad, we'll go out of it, but... I mean, what was the range of that?
There's a guy very far.
About 600 meters, yeah. Meanwhile, Boston dealing with some guys coming down to his spot.
Not exactly the best place to dismount, though.
He is being pushed by Marco, trying to get behind this Vic right here.
Yeah. We that's the problem about this.
Marco pulling around and knocking out Blue 4 Command. Ouch. All right, I'm going to jump into the casting couch again.
And get into Death Alley.
I think that would be cool to be able to listen to their comms for the first few minutes, get a beating on their play, and then move into casting. Oh gosh darn it, hold on, I gotta turn my plugin off too. Ah, sorry, we're missing the action. We're trying new things, stay okay. So Myers being picked up here. A few Op 4 deaths here. I'm not seeing any Blue 4 deaths except for Boston. We also have Norse who's been wounded, but he is back up. Again, I mean, for this environment, the terrain is going to be really, really good for the defending faction. Because Op 4 doesn't have any good ordnance here. So, meanwhile, Op 4, I guess, is giving up on this objective. because they've put so much demo, even knocked the signs over, but it's just not budging. Because this specific asset just didn't want to blow up, but all the fuel lines linking it blew up. That's gotta suck. So Blue 4 might win on BS, but I like the idea. It's just I don't think they tested to make sure that they were destructible, you know? Like, you really got to idiot-proof an objective like that, if you ask me. But I like the idea of the warning sign, but you got to remember, people that play Arma, you know, you got to idiot-proof everything for them, man. So Op4 losing some numbers. They're still going to have the numbers advantage, though, but that BTR snipe was pretty awesome. So hats off to the Blue 4 Mat Gunner there. Op4 still has a lot of forces in the field. We're seeing this other flank push around. Firefighters also coming back to the AO. Still only one Blue 4 death from the looks of things. And again, you're seeing high caliber shots going up in the helicopter, because the helicopter is doing a bad job kind of staying in one spot that's static. I don't think he's going to have any more KIAs from that, but that's very risky to pull. Meanwhile, looking around, there's a lot of Op4 guys that are unconscious from this little push right here. They are caught out of position. Op4's medics could be able to medic them back up, but it's risky being in the open like that. You're hearing some shots landing from afar. I don't know what's engaging that. Probably the helicopter. These tracers are definitely going out. And Carpenter here, he is firing 5.56 out of gas. Not the best thing you want to do. Op4 is just trying to close the gap here. See, it's hard because Op4 can't vehicle rush because of all the AT they would get from squads. But they can't do a far engagement because then they'll get caught out of position, you know? So it's interesting to see how Op4 is trying to adjust for this. And we just saw Marco get sniped out by these little machine gun team right here. Wondering also if this marksman is taking any shots. Yes, he is. Hasn't gotten a kill yet, but that long-range engagement with that Spar 17 is nasty, but Op4 might hear those shots and counter. So really, I'm watching a lot for Blue 4 here, but not Op4. We have hold up. Firefighter is doing his best here. Unfortunately, gets headshotted, but he gets a 2-for-1 special on Op4, guys. Not a bad play right there. These guys caught out in the open. They're taking some shots, trying to adjust here. But they're definitely getting engaged from teams over here. We're too far out to register those tracers coming in, but look at those go. I'm going to be honest, you don't really need a powerful GPU for Arma. You just need a powerful CPU, because Arma has had the same engine since Cold War Assault, which was 20 years ago when that puppy released. It's just been updated graphics every time. So really, just get a powerful CPU and you'll be A-okay. And is that the other BTR? Wow. That had to have been a shot from over here. I have no idea who made that shot, but that, regardless, was a great shot. One of the 50 cals is destroyed, unfortunately, over here. We also have a Blue 4 dead body, probably a disconnect. But, yeah, those BTRs are not maneuverable. It's really easy to pick them off from afar when you have a guy that knows how to range in a Carl Gustav. That round went way over and even despawned. Yeah, that's why Arma 4 is going to be more optimized, we at least hope. In the sense that it has a new engine. But we'll get there when we get there. So Op 4, I mean... Again, this map is tough. in my opinion, what Op 4 needed to do was just go down the this area instead and kind of close the distance. Fighting with the forests down here with that bit of cover with the BTR supporting might have been a better. Even the BTR is staying at a big range out here and instead being a suppressive weapon. Or an area denial weapon than just, you know, charging from the complete open would have been better. Because now it's just Op 4 being caught way out of position, and you're now having to see, starting to see Blue 4 guys kind of come to do counter attacks and mop-ups of Op 4 forces. And time is on Op 4's side. Or, excuse me, Blue 4's side, because we're about to see the 15-minute warning in a little under 3 minutes. Now, who is this? This is Stanners, a marksman, trying to set up over here. He is prone. Might get a few sniper shots off of guys over here. If he can range the shot on Oscar, ooh, goes right by him. But they don't hear those gunshots. Now they do. That one shot going wide. Oscar not noticing. Heshman definitely noticed. Now he's looking. Oh, his shots are just wide here. I don't know who he's aiming for. But, I mean, Oscar hasn't really moved that much. Sanders doing his best. He just cannot seem to range that shot. Oh! It's the arm of Oscar. A little bit of decent going on, actually. So Oscar just felt a little sting in his arm, reminding him to get the fuck down. But he still has his head exposed right towards the marksman. And he's gonna medic where he got shot! Never do that! Never do that! No. That's a bad idea. Now he's taking fire back from another position. Oscar's now gonna look at him and go, hey, there's the marksman that can't hit me. Meanwhile, looking around back here, we got Blue 4 guys firing at this position. Twig King was running up to probably shoot some guys in the back. Op 4 still has this big force over here. They're doing a push. Ooh, there we go. Op 4 getting a little aggressive to change up their tactics here. Not a bad call indeed. Op 4, that marksman still trying to kill Oscar, but Oscar now has his big black dick of freedom here. And any of those 7.62 shots that land, oh god, a lot of hits landing. Big ouch. Big ouch. But what is Twig King gonna do? He's prone. He sees bad guys. He has a big black box on his back. What are we gonna do? Oh gosh, no, he got spotted because that big black box is really, really easy. It's gonna give you away. I mean, just look at that skyline right there. So he decides to throw something. At least I thought I saw him throw something. And he's getting shot in the back here. Gets crippled. And now he's got to rely on his Blue 4 buddies coming to help bail him out. Now, Op 4 has closed the pincer over here. Getting close. There's still a little bit of a kill zone right here on a fortified position. But this is at least closer than what they were doing over there. And there's the 15 minutes remaining mark. Oh, what a nasty warning. We have PJ doing a dismount here. Bridges running out with the rifle, making sure he doesn't overextend. PJ now coming out as well. A little bit of desync happening in this operation. But wow. It's the reason we're seeing desync is because these people keep disconnecting and reconnecting on the server. This attack unfortunately falling apart. Victor deciding to drive away, leaving Gorski to die. Command charging into this AO. This is Fisher taking a nasty shot from that 50 cal. I saw a blood splatter right there. These guys are immediately running around thinking that that's the push there. And a lot of the Op 4 guys waking up as well on this flank. AT going out, and that guy's driving by. Oh, man. This is messy. We even have an unconscious guy all the way back here. Don't know what happened there. Jacknall. That helicopter is even smoking. Its tail rotor got hit out. I wonder what hit it. They really need to lock the server after safe start, because that would really help with the desync spikes. But yeah, these guys have turned. They noticed that these guys are still alive, and you're still seeing gunshots here. I don't think these guys have realized that they're getting shot at. They're trying to come around. And you got Nutty Person with an AT4, fishnets. Excuse me, Fist trying to cover that sector, but he gets a little routed there. And Op4 is going to start sending guys around. Grenade gets bounced away. That's a smoke. And Gorski's trying to pre-fire around that corner. We have Martin that's pulled out here with an AK. Might have just shot. Yeah, someone was hiding under the vehicle. Cyrus, meanwhile, keyholing between these two fuel drums. And Martin's still looking for people. Might see Weiss's foot back here. Pops a smoke out to cover himself. Pops another smoke. And he's going to run right up to Fist. What he needs to do, though, is he needs to come around the other side of this drum and shoot the rest of those Op4 guys in the back. Meanwhile, Op4 driving a group up here. Big reminder, they're not allowed to run each other over with VIX. It's a bannable offense in FNF. So these guys are going to charge in to try to blow up that one silo. Not a bad call right there. And looking at this fuel drum, Weiss is on his own covering this sector. Might be able to catch... no he doesn't. Oh, might now. No, he still doesn't. He's bandaging instead. So Fist is staying back here looking around. This is Martin carrying Bridges' body back. So I love how Blue 4 is still trying to save everyone. Fist, meanwhile, doing a Mario jump looking around. Now Weiss is trying to look out to see if he can get a shot on somebody. Fist might come around the corner, though. AT goes in to hit that gas. Not necessarily needed, but I can understand why they do it. And you're seeing 50 cal right here firing up at that Op4 position. It is not a good day to be Op4. Weiss doing his best to medic people. He could catch Nutty, another guy doing medical, trying to pick up a dude to pull him back. Because Blue 4 never sent anyone to clear this position, but Op4 is not going aggressive here. He's trying to save his buddies, even though he was just in a firefight. So everyone being defensive here to get their buddies up, I think that's commendable. But in a situation like this, whoever sends the guy to go kill the other group would win. And then after you get that area cleared, only then should you start worrying about medical. Because Fist is probably going to catch Weiss out of position. Okay. I got nothing. So Op4 still has a lot of guys back here. They're trying to crawl up. We also have a little Metallic Wolf trying to get Science up. Op4 has dismounted some guys over here, and they're getting they're fighting back and forth. We got Arcor, who's a staff member of FNF. He's with a bunch of dudes that I don't honestly recognize, and they're being fought by Azariah and the Funky Bunch, aka Gabian and friends. So Blue 4, some guys getting caught out in the open here and getting dropped by Op4. Again, that open ground is nasty, but unfortunately Lurch just got a flanking shot on this one guy. Yanni coming around. This could be nasty. Checking the map, we still have this big kill zone here. Fist still hasn't killed that guy. Fark's going down to Yanni's bullets. Arcor also bandaging himself, but this Op4 group might get boxed in. Lurch shooting at Yanni, failing to PID properly. I get the rush, though. You know, if someone comes around the corner, yeah, you shoot first and ask questions later. So Rolo, I want to see if he pushes around that corner to try to take the contact out. Yes, he does. Might catch Yanni bandaging. He's going to catch Yanni bandaging. Multiple shots in the back. Arcor going down, but I think Lurch died when... no, he was shot by Azariah as Arcor got him. Azariah now shooting Rolo. Rolo coming around, getting the double taps on Yanni. There's the kill. Needs to do a reload here. He's going to run out of ammo, and Azariah's going to be able to push him. But Azariah double tapping that body, noticing Rolo go in the corner here. Rolo doing a quick tactical reload. Azariah's going to flank around. Rolo might hear those footsteps go around. Yep. And he's going to wait for him. But he turns the corner at the wrong second. God damn it. I don't get why people do that. If you literally hear the footsteps and you react to the footsteps, why would you look the other way? Meanwhile, Paiju woke back up. Weiss went down. Paiju gets a kill right there because no one bothered to go up and double tap these guys. Unfortunately for Paiju, I know his name's wrong, Heshman was able to see the movement in the bodies, and now he's also getting some more double taps here as some people go into down animations. So Op4's attacks, I don't see them recovering 8 minutes. It's not like they would win because of that little glitch in Nagara, but yeah. At least Blue 4 is doing its best to do some medical. We're going to have Hessian walk up here, get the double taps. There goes Wes. Let's see. Yep, just shooting all the bodies. But he leaves Wayne. But I doubt Wayne's going to wake back up. Meanwhile, we have a marksman, Stanners over here, who's just swimming around. I hope the Blue 4 Piranhas don't give him, or the Blue 4 Sharks. Either are very, very deadly. I mean, just looking at what Op4 has left, it's not much. It's not much. Let's look at the roster on the left here. Here we go. Takes a second for it to get highlighted here. So Ground Command was the first to die for Blue 4, but the platoons took charge. And I mean, just the casualty counts. I'm not really seeing that many dead. And then we look at Op4. Again, Op4 doesn't have that much either, but a lot of them are also, you know, in the little star, which means they're being medic down. But all things considered, yeah, Op4 has a lot of guys down. They're just kind of stragglers at this point. And Blue 4 is trying to rally forces around to try to kill him. So we might see Op4 try to rally here, getting some gases and push this objective, but it's a no-go. Meanwhile, Op4 pushed in to try to do a flank here, and that's falling apart. Yeah, this is why I really like this second AO, because of that openness around its defensive positions. Looks like T5 Bay tried to leave. No, the window got shot out. You see that little crack right there? So windows got shot out and he was shot in the face. I think as he tried to leave, maybe. Because his body's still outside the Vic. Otherwise, if he was shot in it, it would stay there, obviously. But yeah, we got another group that tried crawling up. They're getting picked off. I'm gonna be honest, based off of how tough the objectives are to blow up and the fact that AO2 honestly is really, really mean. I could see Op4 winning if they kept their BTRs back and did some proper like suppressing tactics, but even then, it would be difficult. That thing's engine wasn't on again. This was definitely a biased to Blue 4 operation. I'm not going to call it totally unfair because I think those BTRs, if they were used to field on the far ridgeline and the infantry were pushed up through the forested area to get close to this objective to then all do a platoon level battle line up to here, I think they could have broken in, especially with this line of cover right here. If they just pushed up to these rocks, got up to this cover, used it against Blue 4, used these other fortifications against Blue 4, I think Op4 would have had a better chance, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know? Yeah, no, that's a glitch in the RHS helos. If you're not there to witness it spool up, the next time you look at it is when you'll see it spool up. But not overly unfair like Sharpur, but just not good tactics on Op4's end. I hate to say that about Homebrew, but the open hill push was not the smartest idea. Four minutes remaining. I don't think Op4 is going to be able to get a single thing demo, but that's also because the only way they can demo is with charges, and we saw their demo guys waste a lot of charges on the first one, which didn't even blow up. So, again, I don't I'm not gonna completely trash Op 4 because I think what happened in that AO was bullshit. They should have at least gotten that destroyed, and that's what slowed down this force, but at the same time, they were waiting for this force to get in position. Ooh, we have someone unconscious in the helicopter, and that helicopter's going down. Oh. So Mountain's number finally ran up, and he was shot out by, I'm willing to say, just standard rifle fire here. Oh, they got a 240 Bravo, so that pen didn't hit the pilot. But, I mean, Mountain did a pretty good job considering how much of a beating that vehicle took. Look at this. We got Blue 4 guys with Op 4 marksman rifles that were pushing into Op 4's position. Ay, ay, ay. Well, look at this. Op 4's actually managed to get oh, no. But they've got to fight Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has gotten 3 kills in his action career today for this operation, but Tom Cruise also knows when to put it between his legs and run. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Cruise is falling back. It's because that's what the aliens from Scientology would want him to do, right? Right. Also, a dude woke up in the helicopter. That would be Legs. I don't think Legs is going to be able to do anything in 2.5 minutes, because I doubt his legs even work right now. But they could. Got some Blue 4 fire coming up on, some Op 4 fire going up to Blue 4, moving on that open hillside. I think this mission file would have benefited from the full hour instead of a 50-minute thingamajig. But even then, just the amount we have between Blue 4 and Op 4. I mean, Blue 4 has the numbers advantage. They've taken that from Op 4, but at the same time, it just takes one guy getting up to the perimeter wall and shooting people to turn the tide. And that was definitely not Buckets. Nope, Buckets is unconscious at the moment. But now that Op 4 has gotten a foothold in here, they're going to start getting these defensive positions. I doubt that 50 cal has any more ammo left, despite it having a box of ammo. But now that Op 4 has a position over this Blue 4 position, they can start shooting at heads that are in the open. But with 1 minute remaining, not going to happen. Meanwhile, I got to commend Op 4's marksmanship over here. There were 3 guys over here, and now there are 2. Why? Because this man is dead. Rest in peace, Buckets. We got some Blue 4 guys over on this flank that are shooting some of Op 4 guys moving up. That's why you're seeing some guys go down. And, I mean, Op 4, they still have the manpower to get this done, but not in a minute. Not in a minute. So Tech going down to Grenadier fire. I love how these guys are using Grenadier rounds against each other. Op 4 seem to be a little short, but Blue 4 seem to be right on target. And now it looks like Op 4 is down to smoke rounds. But I mean, look at the accuracy of Blue 4's 40mm here. That one was a little over, but I mean, some of these are right on target. Meanwhile, a lot of Op 4s were short there, but 10 seconds remaining. Alec, I guess, was trying to go for the 50 cal. 3, 2, 1, and that is time. So again, I'm not going to call this overly unfair, but the tactics, it was very restrictive on the tactics Op 4 could have used, but some AOs are like that. What was unfair, though, was the fact that those things are tough to blow up. So, anyway, guys, my name is Liru. I'm not a Lance Corporal. We'll be back for round 2 after the server decides to index, and we will go see how things go here. I think they're just letting some extra kills be done as Op 4 charges out. JY takes a bullet full of lead there. Bad Wolf sticking in the vehicle. Bad Wolf, I could have sworn you were... But Bad Wolf, that's you. And you're getting shot. Bad Wolf! Bad Wolf, do something! Bad Wolf! Bad Wolf! Oh my god, he has his AirPods in, he can't hear us! Bad Wolf! Bad Wolf, you gotta get to the driver's seat and drive! Bad Wolf! Oh, I forgot. His head's made out of stellinium. He cannot be killed. He's laughing because his AirPods are too tightly screwed in his head. Damn, Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf just has too much in his ears, man. They stop bullets. I don't know what they are, but that's Soviet-grade stellinium AirPods for you. And there's the round over. All right. Let's see what round 2 is. I will start changing up my commands. Thank you for joining me for round 1. We'll probably be at about 120 players for this next one, so I'll reflect that in the title. But we'll see what else we get. I also need to change my name to LCPLE. And let's scroll all the way up.
Got to be fucking kidding me.
The objectives. Good. The objectives in that mission had a sign with an exclamation point on it in front of them. One of these things is not like the other, and from what I saw, the charters were placed on the one next to it, not that one.
The sign fell over.
All right, guys. I want to adjust something real quick. If you're using voice activation on your microphones in Task Force right now, that's totally fine. If you're going to spectate, though, mute it. If you're going to be idly talking in the background, we're going to start kicking people out of the TeamSpeak server if you're not, and if you wonder why you've been kicked out, it's because you're idly chatting. Also, if you have problems with the mission, if you had feedback on the mission, we don't want to air it out in the spectate channel. There's no place for it. Put it in the feedback channel in the FNF Discord, and it'll be
gonna
way
restart
through.
the server.
And just bear in mind that your personal opinion might not be the majority of people's personal opinion. So if you get pissed off that most people think that you're wrong, that's your bad. Can I get communities to post their numbers up for me real quick?
Did the server go down?
Yeah, the server
I was
went
about
down.
to ask that.
Yeah, we're doing a restart just to try to fix up any of that desync.
All right, little bit of an intermission here because that little bit of desync. Bloodwing is not here now. She's just texting me. So, how's everyone in chat doing tonight? Round 2 will begin in a bit. Server just takes about 5 minutes to reboot because it's a powerful beast. And if it's going to be Chernaris Winter, I'm going to switch it to Skyrim Snow Music.
Okay, you're fine. I'm still documenting.
All right. Let's put that bad puppy
So,
on.
if I set up this OnlyFans and I put your name on it, am I actually going to get pictures or nah?
Only if you shave the toes.
What about the tip?
And now I'm waiting for the server to come back up. You'll see
Can we get
my
like
improvise
a Mama Martin
stock
and
image come
a
up for
Papa
a second.
Heck.
And then it'll be removed as I jump in because I don't want to share the password.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's an automatic yes, but yes.
Anything narrated by Night Owl is an automatic yes.
I want him to read my obituary.
A sitcom with the FNF staff playing as one big family and Night Owl's the narrator.
Yes.
Yes.
If you want cross-dressing,
Killinger Danzer. Would Wiggy be able to take over for me? My internet makes shit.
Shooting 700 meters plus with the marksman rifle is almost impossible because ace
Couple
ballistics.
minutes to reconnect, and then I will start slotness.
It depends.
I've got a time
on what gear you have in
36
smoke.
seconds and counting down. Should I be worried about that?
10, 9.
All right, let's
Yeah.
see. Throw the stock image up. The impromptu stock image. As I wait to go back and check the other one.
It's the
Evacuation comp.
It's the countdown until ray tracing on Minecraft crashes your computer.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's
Stuff
meant to be a YouTube banner.
I got it.
Did no one actually get that Austin Powers reference?
Thank you, Bridges.
All right, this is going to be independent attacking Op 4.
Oh, wow.
Winter.
I missed it.
This is Info Tech. Martin. Okay. Let's get the second on Independent.
All right, let's see. So slight numbers advantage, 4 technicals, and Op 4 only has 2 technicals. Wow, it's so
Let's
simplistic
get
today.
TSB on Op 4. But you may need to go down to squad.
Falcon, could I try that roll?
Table flip. You took auto rifleman.
Well, I was gonna swap if that's okay.
Let's get the 15th on independent.
Wonder if they're
You have option
dedicated
for company
crews.
if you'd like it.
Yes, they are. So UAZ drivers,
Defer.
non-technical drivers.
Let's get BPL on Op 4. You have option for leadership.
No one in TSB taking squad lead. Classic.
Defer.
CSC on Op 4. Option for leadership.
Pass.
Why am I not
Let's
surprised?
get the 29th.
He'll take
on
team leaders, but not.
N4. Option for leadership.
Did I miss
God
something?
damn it.
I'll take it.
TSB,
How many did you
man.
have? 29th? I didn't see your numbers.
I believe we have 10.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Let's get Bourbon Warfare on Op 4. Option for leadership.
Now we wait.
Let's get AA on Op 4. Option for leadership.
So by the way, another Liru Shenanigans video coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Done.
It is
Let's get
Ems's
SOG on N4.
POV Shenanigans, so we'll see how that
EVETs on
goes.
N4. Let's get the 13th on N4. Let's get 242 on N4. Let's get Tau on Op 4. Let's get TFG on Op 4. Let's get TK on Op 4. If you are an individual player playing with Centaur, you may slot on Op 4. Scandi Recon, come N4. Ant, Op 4. 1RW, Op 4. TFG, Op 4. One RW, you all are Op 4.
Gotcha.
And if you are, well, let's let that balance. I know I just called a bunch of people out all at once.
Yeah, see, you're really gonna skew the numbers if you don't get in here and start slotting.
There's one more on Op 4 at least. I have to restart Arma.
All right, if you are not currently slotted, you need to come N4. So if you are an individual player not slotted, fill in on N4.
Anderson, I missed it. Where'd you call 13th?
13th is on N4.
Yep, so they're going to be giving a few extra guys for independent, but that's just going to be for the extra technical crews. Numbers advantage is going to be really important to keep for this operation. Just have to see how things go. We're at 110. 115. Okay, Jesus.
Alrighty. Let's say 60 seconds on the clock. Mountain, get your company together.
Thank you.
It's going to be pretty standard if you ask me.
Platoon 1, you need a squad lead for both Alpha and Bravo. And I need somebody to be platoon lead for second platoon.
Is that for Alpha?
Yes.
We have one more TSB on the server that can take Alpha squad leads. Bravo, I don't know.
I took squad lead for Alpha, please one of my guys in Alpha 1 and go to squad team leading.
Okay, Greg, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You like leading stuff?
You want me to become sergeant on your...
No. Pierce, hop back down to where you were. Legs, you're going to be second platoon lead.
Alrighty, tidy. Where the fuck,
Whew. Piet, you, hop into one of the hop into the ammo bearer role for Olaf and Bassbeard. And we seem to be
Here, while they set
good.
that up, I'm gonna check the
Alright. Oh, wait, hold on.
multi-twitch
Somebody needs to squat in the Bravo squad lead.
to see if there's
Also,
anyone that has
someone need to be in
dropped.
Alpha 1 team lead.
Norris, I'm volunteering
Boston
you.
wants to join me to shoutcast round 2, so I'll say yes to that. Bad Wolf.
I would recommend against
says
that.
starting soon. Okay.
Risk, I'm volunteering you.
And Nemesis has a face cam. All right, so
that's
Ghost
60
among
seconds. You can sort the
user
rest of it out in
drops.
chat if you'd like. Drake, you got 60 seconds. Get your company together.
Wait, did he? It just gave a loading screen last second. Hold up. Gotta check again.
Second platoon's looking good. Do I need technical drivers or are they unlocked?
They're unlocked.
Copy that.
Okay, he is live. All right, cool. Cool.
I'm going to let first platoon organize your men as you see fit. Everything else is good
People
for me.
don't want to lead. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And 4 is good.
Alrighty, let's push it to map screen. We are about to go into the second round of F&F. If you got guys that are a little late to the party, get them in here. They do got plenty of time to get in. You're looking at about 15 minutes or so. If you all enjoy the event and you like to rewatch everything that's going on, we do have a myriad of streamers that stream. We have Liru that does a fantastic shoutcast. Barbarian does a fantastic shoutcast as well as a bunch of independent streamers who stream first-person perspectives. If you ever miss a F&F event and you want to get the experience, don't worry, you can get the experience because there's a shit ton of streamers and you can get pretty much every angle. As I continue to fill the void here while we load this map, I do want to point everybody to the rules. Once again, please be familiar with that. And if for whatever reason your squad leader, platoon leader goes off of comms, do try to fill that in. It does make for a better experience when people roll on their communications. And can I get a brief?
Yeah, attack defend.
What's that
Green
be
attack,
nice
red
to
defense. It's
Barbarian?
uplink game
You
mode.
shit on
Gotta hack the
everything,
terminals, 2-minute timer on each, and it doesn't matter what order.
All right, any questions from our company leaders?
You said non-sequential?
I know, but that makes you a Debbie Downer.
No questions for up 4.
Alrighty, well, let's get this started. Round 2 of F&F starts.
Oh God,
right
wait,
now.
no, I need to get in the couch before he does it. Oh God, TeamSpeak, no. TeamSpeak, no. Everything's moving around. There we go, there's the couch. Okay, so round is a go. Hitting my P and J keys to activate tracers and lock them in. We have Independent over here by the barns. They have, I love it. I love it. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, this. Oh, it's so cute. So we have 2762 technicals, and we've got. This is amazing. Here, let me find Boston to make sure I give him the pass here. You went to T-Far, that's why. But wow, yeah, it does look like something I would do. That's why I love it. I'm gonna turn the music up just a touch. But oh, it's just, I love seeing other people's custom compositions like that. And we also have a bunch of transport Vics out here for Independent. I want to look at Independent to see if they got the C2 team. They did, and the launcher was an RP. Oh, so they just gave them another RPG. So there's not really any specific AT weapon squad for it. All right, that's kind of sucky. I wish they had a like some HE rounds or something cool, you know? Let's look at Op4's C2. They also get an RPG, so it's basically RPG mirror matches. They might have different warheads, though. Maybe some OG warheads, actually, for, you know, HE capability. Meanwhile, Op4's Force, we already have a Gaz driving back. What are their technicals? What do they look like? All right, 2 gun trucks. the Dishka is mounted up on that little plank. So technicals versus gun trucks. I like it. I like it. Oh, I always make cursed stuff. That's the fun of it. So anyway, looking at these terminal sites, the first terminal is in this nice little fortified area here. It's got a nice little exterior wall, but it's not complete. Terminals right down here. Op4 and Independent both know the exact sites of the terminals. Terminal 2 has a nice little custom base around it. I personally really like this, but it is surrounded by forest, so it's really hard to keep track of potential enemy forces coming in to basically get right up close and personal to make this into a nasty CQB engagement. Pick up. Ah! And then we have this AO, which has a decent perimeter here, but this is Chernarus Winter, which means a lot of these houses are going to be cereal boxes, but we do have this building right here that is enterable, so interesting. Very, very interesting. If I was Op4, not gonna lie, all three of these AOs seem a little decent to hold, but if I were to objectively look, I would do what Twig King did. I'd check to see the defensives of this AO so I'd know what it would look like. This isn't bad. That's not a bad spot to hold, to be honest. It's just surrounded by forests, which makes it a bit tough, but there's no assets except technicals, gun-mounted things, so I'm not gonna lie, I would literally just ask my platoon commanders what they felt more comfortable defending. I'd set one platoon to one and one platoon to the other and keep it at that. If I was green 4, I would assault from the south. I'd have a force also coming around in this forested area and turn that into a pincer movement. Then I would displace, because I'm not crossing that fucking airfield, I would probably go around the northern corner and send my units in from over here. That would also let me send units up here to overwatch that next terminal. And then after Terminal 2 is taken, I would push them along the forest and then go up to Terminal 1. I don't know. It's an interesting mix of things here. So what happens when they interact with the terminals, guys, is they have to touch it. Probably it's a 10-second animation for the hack. Not really animation, actually. It's just holding the enter key down to the space bar. Then this opens the terminal, and then a 2-minute timer is going to go down. They can change that timer. Usually it's either a minute 30 or 2 minutes. And as long as a defending unit doesn't go up and do the 10-second animation, or it might just be an instant click to turn it off, after 10 minutes, 2 minutes, excuse me. I read 10 minutes right there. That's why. After 2 minutes go by, you're going to start hearing this beep. It's going to say it's completed, and then after 10 or 15 seconds, again, depending on what the people choose, a GBU is going to spawn on it. Yes, you know, the big bomb, that's just the texture they use, and it's going to blow up the building, or at least cause significant damage to it, and then the terminal is going to be hidden to show that the terminal self-destructs. It's a cool tactic. All right, still waiting on Boston to come and join me. I'm willing to bet Boston is probably going to play first. Yep. And then once he dies, he'll come and join me to shoutcast the rest. So that should be interesting. But yep, interact tac, that's another good way to put it. All right, so since we have a little bit of time, let me talk about what's going on next week. So tomorrow is going to be an off day for myself. I'm going to go out with Bloodwing, go do some cooking at a friend's house. She's also teaching me how to drive, so that's fun. Sunday will be a public op. It's going to be a really interesting one because I also have a T3/vet squad there of Vipers. Not to be PvP, but just to help the player base along. So we'll see who takes that if people show up anyway. But that's going to be a fun one where it's going to have a game of Battleship in the middle of it. Then we have the next T3 finish op. Monday is going to be a VDV Russian airborne op, and then maybe an armor op, or actually, depending on if we have time for it, either the VDV, the armor only op, or another IED course made by yours truly, because it's about time we had another one. From there, let's see. I think that's going to be it for Monday for me. Tuesday, we're going to have a Star Wars Star Sim op for a Mandalorian group, because those are the guys I'm grooming for Project 16. Wednesday, we're going to have the 4th operation in Project 12 for the 506, so the zombie stuff. Thursday is going to be interesting. So first off, there's going to be a mini Friday night fight done with a different community. If you guys see NASA on the field, he's the guy that invited me to shoutcast it. We're going to basically have, I think, 1 round extra of just some small scale PvP stuff. I believe that is 1 life too. So a little extra bit of PvP if you guys like it, again, because I try to expand on what you guys enjoy. That's going to be done from 3 to 5 in BIA's time slot, because again, I'm not doing BIA stuff anymore. Then it's going to be 5 to 7. I have an armor op plans. It's going to be Monday's armor op if we don't run it. If we do run it, then it's going to be something else. I wrote it down. I already forgot what it is. And then from 7:30 to 10, I'm working on another different new community for a Purge election year small scale op. More on that later, but that's what I want to make. And then if I'm not armored out, 10 o'clock to midnight will be the TMTM operation. So Thursday's becoming a powerhouse day. And then Friday, we're back to Friday night fights. But then that coming Saturday at 8 p.m., we'll have a 700 Zeus op with some custom demon scripting and some really cool AOs that I made last week. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, something like that. I made it a while ago. But I got to start working on their next AO too, but that's down the pipeline. And then, of course, we have a new project. I'm not advertising over Friday Night Fights, but you'll start seeing me advertise it more next week. Project 16 is going to basically be, what if we took, like the simplest way to put it is, what if we took Makarov's PMC campaign, either one he tried to do with all the spreadsheets, all the background, all the keeping track of people's money, and we put it in a Star Wars setting. I've had this idea. I originally wanted to do it with the Zon Consortium, but I had to kind of alter it for the Mandalorian group I'm going to start working for, which is a friend of mine's unit from Starsim. He's also the guy I'm going over tomorrow with Bloodwing to cook, because I went over at his place Tuesday and we also cooked. So, really the money is going to go to just taking time off work to develop new spreadsheet tables. This is the 3rd one I've done for a project, so it's not going to be too hard. The second one was for Project 12, 13, and 14, and I think 15? Yeah, all those projects with the zombie stuff, and then Project 10, AK-77, which, by the way, I do have it scheduled. I will take another crack at Project 10 in January, after school finishes, because the spreadsheets I gotta make for that project are gonna make Project 16 look like a joke. What happened to the motorcycle op? I still have it. We might run it on a Monday. I just want to wait till TSB improves their communication. Because giving an op that is hellbent on communication to a bunch of brain death toddlers isn't gonna make for good content to either watch or play. So it's shelved. The op is ready to go. It's just shelved. I just want to make sure TSB improves its communication. They had a great op on Thursday. The public op last Sunday was also good. They're on an upwards trend. So maybe next Monday we'll see it as an option. But don't hold your breath. Be advised, that sounds like a good time. Thank you. I appreciate it. Why did you say be advised? I don't really think that was a priority message there. Don't start. Don't start. All right, so looking back in, because I've been leaning on my chair to give all of that. Looks like Op4 couldn't decide which AO to defend either. They're defending all 3. We have a group that's gone up here and made some random fortifications. Not the best idea. Usually you want to save those fortification points for the AOs themselves, especially at Terminal 1. It could have really benefited from making a perimeter here. But instead, it looks like they're going to dig it out. So a little bit of a squander resource there. Looks like they're going to ditch Terminal 2, actually, and leave that one for the crows, which I get. Again, the forest all around it makes it easier for enemies to come up and hit it. So that makes sense. But Terminal 3, which is the one closest to the enemy, they're also going to take because, I mean, it's a military base. It seems pretty well defensive, but for the amount of units they have in here and how close the forests are, it might not work out too much. What Op4 really wants to do is watch these outbound, this outer perimeter here for Independent to come in, and that would be a better firefight than the actual place itself, because once Independent starts getting into these tree lines, they're going to be a little harder to track. So we'll see how things go. Op4 still has a lot of units up here to deploy. We also see what I think is going to be a hunter team, because this is... Wait, no, it's 2 people in a gas. I don't know. We'll see where Op4 decides to put its marksman. I think Green 4, if they just stick together, it won't be too hard for them. But I have no idea what's going on with Bad Wolf, but he's suffering. And we have people mounting up in the technicals. I want to see this puppy used. I want to see 2 dudes mounted. I want to see my Bane bus. Oh, that's a dream. But suffice to say, guys, I'm getting busy. We're pumping out some new lines of content for you. I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, let me know, and I'll see what I can do to change. But again, my priority is the players and making missions for them, or spectating their PvP. The viewers are secondary. And I'm not afraid to tell you that. Trust me, when they have fun, you guys are gonna have fun too. I hope. Could be wrong. 1 minute left. Phrasing? I don't even know what was phrasing right there. I'll be curious to see what round 3 does. And looks like Independent... They've got a few different flanks forming. We got Platoon HQ coming around. This usually means that the marksman and someone from Platoon HQ are right there. They're just drawing circles. But I will be curious to see what Independent's battle plan is based on the fact that Op4 has done this with their battle plan. They also have a medic that's AFK. Quest! He's on a quest to go make nachos. And is there going to be an explosive trap done here? Who are you? Casey. Casey is not a demo guy, though. But he does have a big backpack, so anything's possible. So we'll probably see Independent push, hit the objectives with a unified force. Op4 will try to get behind Independent as they do that, because we see 2 cars kind of pulled around. And the operation has begun. So where is it going to go? What is going to be done? Independent, I thought they were breaking off to do a pincer move. No, they are going to go all on one unified flank. That's not a bad call. Just make sure they separate out. Oh my gosh, you can point both discos forward. You can point them both. They're both 360. Oh, that's so cute. It's finicky, but it's so cute. I love it. They're going to all go up this forested route. Maybe they don't have to hit Terminal 3 first. They can just go completely around, deploy up here, hit the other terminals, and then go to Terminal 3. But honestly, Terminal 3 is tough to go because everywhere around has an open field to it, you know? Terminal 2, surrounded by forest, a lot of ways that you can get into the forest from way outside where you can see Terminal 2. Terminal 1, just a town, a lot of openness around it, but there's at least some buildings you can get to stage from. So either way, Terminal 3 is the hardest one to do, but Op4 doing a mass dismount up this forest. I think they're going to try to push a lot of dudes down this way. That's going to be tough. So the only issue with Independence attacking one terminal at a time is time. Because if they run out, as they're trying to get terminals cleared to steamroll, Op4 wins by default. So what Independent needs to do is make sure that they are keeping that steamroll going. How many players on this one? Well, it's about... I measured it at 115. We did have some disconnects, though. We are at 112. So around 115. That's why I added a little tilde there. because you know people disconnect as things happen because a lot of people on a server can be a bit messy. Op 4, I mean, they could have pushed up to this forest and dismounted. They're just trying to play it a little cautious. And you have, excuse me, Green 4/Independent did it. Op 4, they've done a good job, though. They pushed a lot of guys out, and they're trying to get some scouting data to try to see where Green 4 is going to push in from. I'm not sure if they've noticed that Independent have all pushed up in that forested area. They're looking around, but there's just too much in the way for that team to notice. I'm also going to hit page up a bit. We're going to try to get the max range. So it's about 1 kilometer here is our max range. I'm going to put myself right on the edge. And yeah, I can see up to that forest. So a little over 1 kilometer is this max range for render distancing here. The engines of those Vics are loud, though. This is a few hundred meters away, and you can actually hear that gas pretty distinctly through the music. If you ask me, at least. What Independent wants to make sure they absolutely avoid here, though, is going through any open fields. But funneling this many guys through this narrow of a choke point, if Op 4 notices and puts a machine gun over here and just fires in the woods with that saturation of Independent forces there, they'd be hard-pressed to not hit something with bullets, man. So I like Independent's plan, don't get me wrong, but just keeping everyone this close together could be very messy. Yeah, it's because with their mod set, there isn't really that much for winter camos. They are using, fun fact, in the winter campaign I gave the 506, this is a desert camo for, I think the Iranians or Iraqis. But it works as a really good winter camo too, so that's why I gave my special forces on the big bad side, even though it turns out they weren't the big bad side, that camo. So Independent has some pretty good camo there, but Op 4 I think is still going to be that solid green. Yep. But Op 4 is basically trying to find where this Independent push is coming to. If you see any of these characters light up, by the way, if they go white for half a second, it means they fired their gun. Or threw a grenade. Smoke or frags, we don't know. So 5 minutes have elapsed. We have some gases pushing up. It is possible Op 4's found Green 4. Though unlikely based off of the angles Op 4's on. I think they're just trying to reprioritize forces because they've noticed that Green 4 hasn't moved over here. So I think they're thinking that Green 4 is somewhere over here. So a lot of forces being moved. I'm willing to bet they're gonna, nope, they're gonna go straight down to, again, keep looking for Independent. So those forces pulled off of Terminal 3. This is actually going to be really good for Independent because less eyes are going to be over there to see this massive push come in. So a little bit of a misplay by Op 4. They're trying to go overly aggressive to find this force. But at the same time, it's not the best of ideas. So I've noticed I'm not getting the plus markers when I scroll in, so I'm going to quickly relog here. We're not going to miss anything because they're maneuvering, but 118 is officially listed right there. So 118 people on the server, but there was only 112 or 13 in the TeamSpeak. 112 are in the TeamSpeak channel. Oh, no, 113. Never mind. That number literally just changed, so that's just the difference of active players to what's going on. Hit the page up button a few times, hit P and J, and hopefully now we can see number counts because sometimes the that thing glitches out. But they have dismounted the vehicles. If I look at the technicals, I should be able to see them. Nope. All right, so this is something in the server then that's borked. Or just still glitched out. Either way. I want to see this technical used. I need to have another Toyota war. We had one recently with the Desert War, but I want to make some more custom technicals, man. That's so fun to do. We've seen some Friday Night Fight missions with mortars with HE rounds. I've seen 2, but I've also seen 2 that had smoke rounds, and that mortar is never used when it's only smoke. So it's kind of useless to give it, in my opinion. Because one was on the offensive team, one's on the defensive team, and neither team's touched them. Because smoke, like, you just have smoke you can throw instead, but you could also use it as a baited distraction. But look at this independent force pushing up here, man. Op 4 honestly does not have a clue. Which is funny, because they've weeded out every place they could go. I'm really surprised that Op 4 hasn't figured this out. You know, by default. Because if anyone leaves the zone, they're automatically teleported back in unless they're in a helicopter. So this is like the one route that's left. What? Are you dumb? Did you just... Who did that? Let's give him a warm welcome. Who's the dumbass? Bro, you have an entire platoon moving in here. He's wearing your camo. He has an SA fit. Well, I mean, Op 4 should fucking know where Independent is now. You still call it blue on blue, but it's like... I think these guys are waiting until they hear movement to come in. They've knocked over all the walls too. They're trying to make this inviting, but... I genuinely don't get it. Like... Everyone is here. Everyone is moving this... Why do you turn around and think, oh, that's a bad guy, when you're in the middle of a fucking platoon formation? Like, I don't mean to rag on anyone. I don't mean to, you know, bully anyone for stuff like that, but... Why? You literally... And he was a leader. Right? It was, gosh. I mean, I thought he was in a leadership role. It was Rust. Where's Rust on this roster? Yeah, he's a team leader. So I would assume he would know, or at least be told, like, you know, hey, there's this force coming by, right? Like, we're moving in the same direction. Like, God, if I feel so bad for Quigley right now. There was absolutely no reason for that to happen. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if that happened to TSB, that'd probably be a 3-day. Like, because you cannot be that dumb. If ever... I'm sorry, I'm gonna get off the topic, but that's just... I just feel so bad for Quigley, because he just was doing what he was told, and now he's gonna just spend the rest of this op and spectator mode. Because someone... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the 3-day or 7-day would be debatable. I'd do a 3-day because that's griefing, and I could. No, you're right. It would be a 7 because that. A 3-day would imply that, you know, a 3-day is griefing in TSB. So, you know, like getting flashbanged and it was done like maliciously or something. But how would you honestly think that this guy's in the middle of where you just moved, where your entire platoon's moving? Why would you think he's hot? Like, God, that would be a common sense tag, like, strip too. Like, Jesus Christ. I know, Norwich. I'm sorry, just I'm wrapping my head around it. Anyway, we're about to have first contact here, because these guys are all, like, left and right leaning here. Oh, God. That's 2 PKPs. They're gonna hear those smoke grenades getting popped. I'm tempted to go into TFAR just to listen to their local chatter. They're totally gonna like spring up and just shoot a bunch of dudes. These are the types of plays I'm talking about where you want to make sure your KD is positive here. And that rooftop doesn't really have a lot of cover though. And we're hearing some distant shots over here. Oh God, Twig King going up on that position on his own. Not a good idea. I was going to say not a bad idea, but then you got OPFOR guys now pincering this one position. They have a platoon of independent guys they don't even know about. Oh, these guys have to hear it. They know people are around. They know a lot of people are around. I'm waiting to see them spring up and go for it. You've got an OPFOR technical also coming in. Timer started. 2 minutes on the clock. Grenades going out. Because I think they're popping them. There go the tracers. Not as effective as we'd all like, to be honest. I think it would be better if they heard all the footsteps and then started popping the grenades immediately. But the issue with this is, if they wait 1 more minute, that building's gonna explode and kill them. Meanwhile, looking over here, hold up. Twig is infiltrating this independent position. Hearing some more gunfire going out. These vehicles are engaging this group. OPFOR trying to get around. Trying to strike at who they can. And some OPFOR guys also getting caught in the open right here. There's PvP everywhere, jeez. 2 guys down on OPFOR, 1 guy still alive. It's Yin Yang. Unfortunately getting crippled, has no ammo left in his box. Was able to get 1 kill up here though. And he gets shot in the tree, so that is that OPFOR flank pretty much decimated there. Got more OPFOR coming around. Dude, Twig, man. This is awesome. Twig getting a kill. And his buddy right here doesn't even notice. Ooh, that just got noticed though. I mean, he went 1-to-1 with that. But he is now dead. Anyway, Terminal 3 has been successfully hacked. Iceberg also sneaking in. Let's see if he can do what Twig King did, but better. He is a marksman. Trying to get a shot in. Not effective, though. This guy goes down. I don't think that was the Iceberg, though. I think that was the friendlies. What is up with Green Fort today? And Iceberg getting caught out in the open by another guy and getting pushed by Yanni Finn, but he fucking slaps Yanni's Finn's bullshit out of here. Oh, Scandi Recon versus TSB, but unfortunately Nemesis came from a different angle and slaps Iceberg for slapping Yanni. Oh, man. And there's the double tap. Now, we still have 1 OPFOR guy in the thicket over here. He's gonna hear these footsteps coming around. Overall... Oh. There's opportunity here. This is the type of environment where you want to kill a guy, steal his gun, and then use confusing weapon audio PID to really get licks in here. So it's Laudafell in there. And some double tapping by Op4 here as well. So beautiful shot right there. Laudafell getting a nice double kill right there. But I mean, honestly, I think this is AKs versus SA-58s, which are nearly identical anyway. But I mean, SA-58, I'm pretty sure is 7.62. Could be wrong on that, though. I haven't seen SA-58s used in a very long time. That's interesting. I think that's a glitched out unit. But now you got these 3 green 4 guys running over to the trees. Oh, man, we see 2 bodies right here. Hold up. Might see some Metal Gear Solid exclamation points go over people's heads right now as they get detected. Instead, they're checking the bodies. Oh, but he didn't check his immediate lefts! Oh, and Coda drops him. That was a mistake from Lat, but he might wake back up if he's not double tapped. I say that as he gets double tapped, but good still. There's the death. All right. Oh, and another. That one I can understand because it's in the trees, but not a bad play from Lat there. So let's look at Green 4's skull count here. We got Twig down, Iceberg down. One of the Op4 marksmen, Iceberg was, so, oh god, Yoda. I hate this body. And then we got 4 guys in Op4 down that were part of that plan, but Green 4, we have Anderson and Martin dead, Quigley dead to his own guys, a few more skulls from this attack. Cool Breeze down. Honestly, yeah, Blue Independent's taken quite a few serious casualties here. Definitely a lot more than Op4. Independent had a slight numbers advantage of only just an extra few guys, but I mean, let's do a full count here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then some disconnected, but there was at least 6 dead guys on Op4, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 skulls for Independent. So 6 to 11. That means Op4 now has a slight numbers advantage. Still could go either way in the PvP if we keep seeing dastardly tactics like we already have, and mishaps on actually really just Independent. So anything could happen. Better question is, why is there a platoon holding the trees? I couldn't even begin to fathom that. What's that? Honestly, I would assume reserve, but I don't know. Op4 meanwhile is mounting up. They're gonna probably do an attack here. We don't have the plus icons to know just how many people are in each Vic here because the interface is glitching out a little for me here, but. We have the truck technical with the 50 cal firing down. Meanwhile, Stray Dog, he's up here. Who's this over here? This is one of the Green 4 marksmen. Cosmonaut. Let's see. 30 minutes remaining on this operation. I think 30 minutes will be enough time, but if Green 4 keeps dragging their heels here, this might be dragged out to not round 3, excuse me, to time. It's going to make this one very late in FNF. Whatever happened to Op4's gas that went north? I think it swung around because these vehicles came around over here and now they're back trying to regroup. Oh, Stray Dog is probably about to have a bad time because he's going to drive right in the open where Green 4 is pushing dudes out. But will Green 4 care? Yeah, well, never mind. Bullets flying. Stray Dog lives and gets this information out that there's still dudes over there. That could be beneficial to Op4. But really what Op4 needs to do is just set up a good defense around Terminal 1, maybe booby trap Terminal 2. But for how slow Independent's moving, it's not bad. Where's that double gun truck? Oh, the baby's still back here. All right. That Vic could very well accidentally land at this technical truck back here. But it looks like instead he's going to push over to where Op 4 has the rest of their forces. I don't know. Overall, FNF has been really confusing to me today with all of the maneuvers. We got a little bit of thunder in this storm. But ay. Independent, though, they need to get their Vix back to move because otherwise they're going to have to go through open areas here. But either way... Okay, I am seeing some remounting back here of this force, but to the rest of the infantry, they still have to move too. Thunder snow. Thunder snow's terrifying. Now we're seeing some Vix being sent up. Again, more harassment in Independent's rear. That are just really cleverly done recon. But looks like Independent's mostly remounted and they are now pushing. Truck's coming out. I'd love to see this truck chase down Stray Dog. Truck is gonna start peeking in a second. Oh god, Stray Dog's gonna drive right to it. Wonder if vehicle-on-vehicle ramming's a thing. Independent doesn't notice, though. Why are both gunners facing forward? They should be looking at the flanks here. They know this is friendly territory. 360 is absolutely vital. And Stray Dog's gonna just... Oh my god. AT just got launched at Stray Dog. Stray Dog should have been fucking blasted. Changed my mind. So I guess Independent's pushing back here to remount in vehicles to push the next objective. But they are being slow. Yeah, so he's in a stolen Vic, by the way. Why aren't you using your... Okay. Oh, and Stray Dog gets shot in the back of the head! He was totally toying with them, let's be honest. But you gotta also think, maneuvers like that do slow down the entire platoon. Because we are at the 25-minute mark now, till op ends. And we might see Independent get a little more desperate with their movements, but at the same time, ay. At least Independent now has a truck as long as they don't shoot it up. Finn's like, hey guys, stop shooting. Stop shooting. Guys, you really need to stop shooting. He's dead. And here comes more What is this? Why aren't you gonna use your speed here if there's an entire... I can't. I don't know what's going on anymore. I got nothing. This feels silly. These other two Vics pulled around. Marksman boy was gonna... Okay, Marksman! Come on! Please! For the love of God! Dude! I get it. You think there's another... never mind. Dude. Dude. So this Op 4 push has been completely decimated. Someone just got shot trying to drive away, but... Alright, come on. They're getting shot at. Now you can start shooting. Alright, I'm giving this guy too much shit. Who is this? Cosmonaut? No, I get it. He doesn't know how many people are over here. Wants to keep stealthy. So he's just gonna kind of prone it out. Unfortunately, he misses those shots. Managed to get that one Op 4 guy. Gets a little bit of flack for it, though. And now Op 4 is going to remount in here. But not before Blake finds this one motherfucker to shoot. Okay. Cosmonaut's in trouble because he's going to be completely exposed on this flank. Blake's going to resort to bandaging here. As the Vic now comes back and goes, hey, wait, you should get in the car. And Cosmonaut's like, hey, look. It's an Op 4 vehicle. And that pulled Cosmonaut's attention from the other Vic. Oh, that's cute. Now here's the kicker. Is Cosmonaut gonna get shot by his own men? Still eating the clock. We're gonna get on 20 minutes. Independent's still very disorganized here. So that's what Op 4 is using its reserves for, just to run down that clock. It's working. .50 cal going up here at these vehicles that are remounting. Back tire has been shot out. I think this Vic tried to go up and pick up those other two guys, but was caught out, and the engine is now smoking. Owie. This truck coming back around. It wants more distraction. Cosmonaut, meanwhile, pulling back. I wonder if these guys are going to hear that, Vic. There it is. Knocks over a pole. Dismounts, immediately getting shot at. Caught with his binos in his hands. Grenadier round going over. It was a miss, though. And you're seeing some double tapping of bodies right here, I guess. But Op 4 is doing a great job just running down the clock. Ooh, Op 4 almost catching this guy out of position. Grenade was unfortunately bounced against the window cell. And now we're in a 1-to-1. Who's going to get the headshot? And it looks like Mannerheim got the knockout and is now trying to double tap his head. Gets the kill. And Mannerheim, he is crippled, but hey, at least he won the fight. But still, this is just slowing down Independent. Independent need to get some of these forces moving in these Vics to start pushing the next few objectives, because they are now on 20 minutes. 10 minutes has been eaten up just by that Op 4 push. And Op 4 still has units to push to make it happen again. But 20 minutes to take 2 terminal sites up. Independent's window's closing. It's going to force them to make a force split. And, I mean, Independent already has lost the numbers advantage. They're going to lose it even more. Just considering the amount of skulls I'm seeing on both sides. Ooh, a 50 cal technical picking off. That was T5 Bay. His first official kill with T4 Herb driving. I mean, that was a beautiful shot. That was with iron sights, too. I mean, wow. That was great. Whew. Not gonna lie, this round's been a little, it's had its moments. It's had the cool little, action moments where I like to follow one guy, like, harass the entire force, but Independent Command, Drake is letting that literally harass his entire push. And it's costing him. Now, what I'm curious about is, this is a technical, yep. Actually, technically a gun truck. But they're waiting to see people push across this field, and yet we have units crossing the field. I mean, that's a gas, though, so they'll probably get confused. Be none the wiser, but... Whew. That thing's waiting to see stuff cross. I lied. It's pulling back. Guys, honestly, that would be smart. Just literally have it parked right up here, and when vehicles go by, go out and push them. You know? Aim for transport Vics. That look like they'll have a lot of dudes in them, you know what I mean? Again, smart ideas. Oh, he's staying in the AO, though. That's good. I mean, hell, just have, if they had a third guy, the third guy could literally have a radio. He could be prone, not even prone. He could be standing behind a bush and go, hey, they're pushing. And the technical gets wheeled out. Literally, like, they could open the hangar door, just wheel that bitch out, and, go crazy. Meanwhile, we have Shadow locked here on his own. Oh, he's the other marksman. He's been going around, and a quest here was found, and his quest is now over. He is dead. We're about to see the 15-minute warning called, and that will hopefully light a fire under Independent's ass. Unless this is an hour long, in which I'm going to be so mad. I hope this is a 50-minute. The gas looks like it actually had a few guys loaded. That was a stolen Op-4 Vic. Not a bad choice for crossing a dangerous open field like an airstrip. More guys coming in. They're going to dismount right here. That's not a bad spot, to be honest. And more independent guys mounting up. Op4 is pulling around. I think they're going to give up on that harassment and just play it defensive. But with technically 16 minutes remaining, not a bad call. But where is that technical? God, that technical, like, Independent, they're not even, like, pushing all their units over Unified. They're doing it in chunks. Like, that's perfect for that technical, you know? Oh, are they going to go for it? They might go for it. Here we go, boys. Unfortunately, they go for it when the double truck technical's out, and they might get spotted. So who's going to win? The truck techie or the 50 techie? Oh, he sniped out a gunner immediately! But because a lot of the infantry have pushed over and have already deployed, now there's a lot of bullets going by. And that guy can still be medicked up. So, right idea, just delayed. There's the 15-minute warning. I don't see Independent taking both of these terminals in 15 minutes. I honestly do not. With how cautious they've been, I don't get the dismount on the airfield either. I think they're going to walk in from here, but to get to Terminal 1 back in the town, there's no way. There's honestly no way. I'd love to see this technical come back, though, after reloading a box and continuing that harassment. Meanwhile, we have Green Shade on his own. Manages to get a kill. He's probably going to go down for it, though. Yep. Gets knocked out by Mannerheim. 1-1, but again, slowing that initial assault, getting some people wounded. Every small delay is definitely going to help at this point. But I don't know why he was on his own. That's usually frowned upon. Like, unless you're a marksman or, you know, you've been ordered to do that. Usually you want to stick with your group. Op4 might be able to get around, get some snipes on a few stragglers, though. But there's... Oh! I love these two! I love T5 Bay, I love T4 Herb, because they literally just caught this guy out of position and shot him dead. This is the dream team for the technical crew. They've done some really good work. Doing security, like they've been warding off Op4 vehicles. T5 Bay's gotten a snipe kill on that guy and this kill off of the marksman crawling up. That's great. That's really, really great. You know, that actually makes me curious. Yeah, there were trenches dug back here. Why? 13 minutes remaining. You know, these guys, because Op 4 isn't gonna... If I was Op 4, I would have these guys go over and start defending Terminal 2, because at that point, it's just a stall game. By giving Terminal 2 for free, that's gonna give Op 4 more time to remount and push. We also might start seeing a force split. We just have instead units... I get it, but, you know, this position's iffy, if you ask me. So this position, managing to hit these groups, but a lot of fire going back and forth here. AT is out. Managed to get another kill on one of those gunners. That rocket, no way. No way. Oh, that was so close. No, actually, it was a little over. God. That was a good attempt, though. For a tandem heat rocket, which is really hard to aim, that was a good attempt. By the way, out of curiosity, I think Boston's still alive because he hasn't come and joined me for the shoutcasting. But yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't like that position, because look, Independence is going to completely circumvent it, and they still have time now to get these objectives done. Jeez, look at Trent's world over here. So it's going to fall to the PvP. Great RPG hit. I'm not sure if T5 Bay is dead or dismounted, but definitely wounded that Vic. Now we got forces pulling down. Look at this, though. The technical pulling up behind this truck. Knocking out the gunners. Killing the driver. What a good call right there. And now we'll see if that technical now pushes around further to get some kills here. But there's another dismount moving in. It's Farks trying to get in the driver's seat to keep driving. All right. Vehicles are wrecked, tires pulled off, everything's on fire. Op 4 going down, Green 4 pushing in, winning the PvP fight. But there's only a few of them, and just the sheer amount of Op 4 here can change it. Meanwhile, Terminal 2 has been hacked. Op 4 not in a position to capture that back. And look at the sheer amount of Independent now. Because Op 4 had so many fucking units out of position. This is gonna be a clutch for Independent. I can't believe it. Because again, Op 4 has way too many forces on outskirts instead of defending the actual objectives. They had the advantage, but god damn it. Both terminals now under hack. And wow. Why does Op 4 have so many dudes over here, like, doing nothing, you know? Op 4 focused way too much on putting units around the objective. They didn't focus on actually putting units in the objective. Yeah, and that allowed Independent to use the numbers advantage because Op 4 decided to spread themselves too thin, and it's a mess. So there's still an active battle for terminal, this terminal right here. Reinforcements are coming in, but it's only a few. I could see Op 4 taking this position back, but it's going to fall down to the PvP. 1 minute remaining. No. There's two Op 4 guys back here. A third one out here caught out of position. That Independent guy caught out of position. 50 seconds. Grenade being tossed in. At this point, it's do or die, guys. Put your tourniquets on. Load your mags. This is a nice, intense little fight, to be perfectly honest. Someone just got to run in there and touch it. Buckets, honestly, doing a good job this run. Fortunately, I think you just got shot in the butt. No, he's still up. 15 seconds! Someone needs to run in there and touch it. It's not gonna be enough. Bucket's caught medicing. Oh! No, that's GG. Op 4 again, spread too thin. Units trickling in. You see all these tracers coming around from Independence victories because, yeah, too many guys spread out. I did not like that round. I did not like that round. Op 4 gave it to Independent, if you ask me, with that amount of forces that were spread out. Now vehicles are all ramming into each other in our main. That was literally Op 4's op to lose, and yeah, oof. Just major oof there. It didn't help that we had that friendly fire incident in the beginning that just made me shake my head.
Chad.
But wow.
Who? Everyone in Echo on Infor. You guys are Chads.
The fire hose.
They're gonna reset the server again.
That was scandal.
We know.
That was.
Server restarting again.
Hey, while the
appears to
server
be.
restarts, I just
What
wanted to
happened to
tell
the
Op
server,
4
guys?
that you all really gave us a what for. That was great. Very well played.
Not enough trenches.
Did you like the guys on the
Not
rooftop?
enough trenches.
Rooftop Koreans.
Drake, I was the guy that first engaged you in the woods. I was hunting for you, man. I was looking. I'm like, who's the one talking the most? I'm gonna shoot them.
He's rooftop
in
speaking
for-
Korean right now.
Can I just say
what'd
that
you think of us stealing your trucks and just driving through your lines with them?
it was pretty scary. The one thing I want to say is that the thing that really made us extremely wary and really kind of not wanting to get pinned down is the fact that you guys decided to not have a static defense. It could have gone either way, really. The fact that you decided to
This
take a
is,
whole platoon and attack
Independent
us on the
Commander
move
talking.
from different directions. That's really tough to pull off, and you guys almost did.
I think we did a good job.
I think Drake
we
just
did what we needed
overestimated
to.
the
It was
amount of
effective
guys that
when
were
it was
constantly
working.
attacking him.
And
then it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Well,
no,
I mean,
that's
I
fine.
think we
Yeah.
successfully.
I don't know.
We can talk about it later, but
I think we
half the
turned
team
eight.
was in
I
the
think we
woods.
turned 8 people in a 25 minutes of stall.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, you
Server's
guys
back up. Give me
really
one second.
kept us guessing, and really not wanting to stay stationary, but moving was also very scary. So it became a very costly victory for us.
Hounds were so busy trying to figure out how many guys you had where.
I think I heard the phrase "they can't kill us all" uttered before that last charge.
There was like probably 6 or 7 different times where I was looking behind us and I just see a gas rolling up and I'm like, oh, they're flanking us again. They're doing it again.
It sounds like they had fun though. That's
So
the
what
important
happened
thing.
was,
But
we
that
saw your
round,
trucks
man,
parked
just
back behind you guys because
I hate to be a Debbie Downer.
I'm gonna go steal their trucks.
But
and then Greg was like, hey, I don't know about that. Let me ask Command. And Command's like, fucking do it.
that?
Yeah, I look behind us and I see one of our trucks driving around in with our stuff. And I go and I'm looking at my GPS and I'm just like, wait, hang on a minute. There's no mark on that. And I go, guys, that's not our dude in that truck.
Out of curiosity, both sides in this mission have T-72s, but they have 4 crewmen. T-72s only fit 3 crewmen. What
Yeah.
is?
I think Mission Creator was just lazy and didn't feel like dealing with the 4th.
Too lazy to press the delete key.
Yeah, more or less.
So what was really hilarious is when you guys got out in the forest, I didn't realize you guys were just like 50 meters ahead of your trucks. So I got out and started trying to take the tires off your trucks. And you guys, all of a sudden I heard, hey, one of our trucks parked up behind us and it isn't marked on a map. And I was like, fuck. And I got in my truck and I started trying to take it off and you hit me with 18.
And thus we used up their 18.
Oh Jesus, Pierce, take your microphone out of your mouth.
I'm sorry.
Pierce, you're loud.
Take your microphone out of your mouth and put it up your ass.
Ooh.
Oh, he already
does that when he's
Even teams, 50v50. Actually, we're down to
No,
74 on the server, but that's because people are reconnecting. So I'll get a head count. This will be about 50v50.
That was Coac.
Pierce.
We were
That was
spectating
fucking
you,
hilarious.
and I was nearly in tears, laughing my ass off.
Liru,
I don't
you
know
really
who
gotta
was-
turn on the TeamSpeak stuff.
I don't know who was in the woods between Terminal 2 and Terminal 1 hiding underneath the gun truck, but you scared the absolute
have
piss
no
out of me. I
idea,
went to go
man.
steal that gun truck and saw a foot, and I was like, oh, that's a person.
Again, Point is, they had fun. I just thought that was
community leaders to
messy.
Give me their numbers, please.
I thought that was just a silly misused tactics. But that's part of Friday Night Fights, the fog of war. It makes things go crazy, you know? And that is pretty damn cool, if you ask me. I wonder what the Matt team gun's gonna be. I wonder what specific scattered Vics
I'm
are
sure
gonna be around.
Liru's gonna have a fun time casting that.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it.
I'm just happy I did something.
There'll be a secondary one posted as well for an alternate perspective.
All right, let's see.
Yay.
Let's look at the multi here.
What was that?
Was
like
that
someone-
the gnome?
Just a little.
Someone just got gnomed, I think.
Wow. Plus, got Yoshi in the background.
Who has stopped streaming?
So for future reference, getting behind the enemy, getting on their vehicles and taking their tires off and throwing them into one of their vehicles and driving off is a completely valued tactic.
See, at Terminal 1, we Detroited our own vehicles. There are no wheels on any of those.
Did you just say Detroited?
Exactly. You see here where I come from, we take off the wheels of our cars to make them go.
Every gas in Terminal 1 was
someone
up on
stole
blocks.
their own team's wheels from the vehicles, and consequently they lost all their vehicles.
Alright, perfect. Is there a community that has attacked all night?
TSB has.
Vets.
AA has.
Nasty has.
It's
Split up the teams.
Oh, is it really? Oh shit. Alright, is there anybody that's been op 4 all night?
AA has.
242. BPL has.
Alright, AA, BPL, and 242 go blue.
Can I do this, or do I not have enough?
Forgot TSB's been up for all night as well.
One of W's been up for all night as well.
Alright, if you've been on op 4 all night, go blue.
All right, I shaved the multi a little bit,
If you've not had a chance to play blue
and we'll
for
get into round
tonight,
3.
go blue.
See how this nice little
Hey,
even
just a
fight
reminder,
goes.
only 3 people can fit in the T-72s.
The fourth person will be shot.
Is leadership open for Blue 4? For 242?
15th go blue.
Did you say 3 or 2 people fit in T-72s?
3.
Fisher.
Norton, hold off. We're not in yet.
Alright. Second MRB, slot red. CSC slot red. 29th slot red.
What's good on?
Twiggy, yeah, you can do that.
Pierce, can we have
Hey.
this tank?
Say again?
Can we have this tank for 15th?
Oh.
I mean, you could stay. Just us.
Alright, second MRB, red. 29th, red. CSC, red. Let's fill these in. Let's get Scandy Recon, red.
Oh no, Drum hates PvP.
If you are an individual player or Centaur, red.
He's very
Hey,
picky
CSC,
about
when
what he
says
plays.
Go red, go red. He needs to know the numbers. Come on.
If your community has not been called. Well, hang on, there we go. Now the numbers are starting to fill in.
I think my guys are still shell shocked from last round. My apologies.
He and
Thank you.
Alright, if you're not currently slotted, you can slot on blue. If you're a community that has not been slotted, slot on blue.
Is Platoon 2 leader open?
A second, I'm not going to play this one, so I need one of y'all to take squad.
Norton, just get under.
Well, the 15th
Alpha.
MEU has
Take
a
Alpha
representation
squad.
in F and F, though. I don't know. People are free to make groups and represent.
Let's look here.
Hey, SOG, let's go Alpha 2.
Alrighty, we'll put 60 seconds on the clock. Indigo, get your platoon or company together. Indigo.
Who's she talking to?
Sorry, I was hardware muted. If you're gonna have two squads or two teams alpha, I need an alpha squad lead, please. Same with Bravo.
North Alpha Squad.
Roger.
Charlie, do me a favor and fall down into Echo 2.
What about M80 though? Considering to TN72s.
You could get correct, push down to assistant missile specialist.
Danzer, grab team leader. Pyro, go lat.
Sorry, what was that?
Pyro, go combat engineer, total go rifleman, lat.
Gotcha.
I want a golf leader and an Echo squad lead. Or y'all can filter up into Echo 1 and be just a team. McGregor, Karen.
Sorry.
Hop up to Echo 1 and you'll function as an individual team. Just make sure McGregor gets up there. And Pierce and Stanners, if I could have you fill in the Charlie 2 missile specialist team.
So you don't want a marksman?
Negative, I want more Matt.
Let me see, should we head down?
Alright, we're over 60 seconds. Indigo, I'm gonna cut you short. Twig, get your company together.
Alright, somebody from Alpha 1 or Alpha 2, I need a first platoon lead. If anyone wants to volunteer as tribute. Drake, can you take second platoon lead and mush all your guys up into Delta 1, Delta 2, or however you want to see fit? I'll leave that to you boys. Everything else looks good.
Bravo doesn't have a medic.
Alright, let's get 29th on Delta 2 and a second platoon.
Tarn, do you want me medic or engineer?
Metallic, go medic.
Hey, we need a whole nother tank crew, by the way, on Op 4.
Alpha 1 or Anderson, I don't know if you want to volunteer one of your MRB boys to take platoon lead, first platoon. Thank you.
Now that'll be up to them if any of the ones that are good platoon leaders.
Well, fuck. Do I have to volunteer someone as tribute? Wheaton, you seem like a fun guy to volunteer. Nah, you're LAP. We won't do that too. Who wants to volunteer? Somebody. I don't want to be a douche.
What are you asking volunteers for?
And
First
now we
platoon
wait.
lead.
Op 4 or...
Shadow, you can take it if you want it. Op 4, correct. Fuck it. We'll go with that. This is Shadow's like second week. I don't want to force him to do it.
I'm gonna get everyone killed.
Exactly. Do it.
No,
It's all a part of the fun.
Cosmonaut, just lead Alpha through first platoon. Please.
I guess Delta 1's open now, 29th.
Oh, there you go, Martin. Thank you.
There's a couple more slots on PLHQ for second as well.
Alright, Twiggy, we're well over 2 minutes. We're well over.
Hey, we need a vehicle crew on Op 4.
Misu, Eagle, Dooley, consolidate, please.
You have 2 vehicle crews on Op 4.
I can go with As in the Golf 1.
They can run with 2. They're alright.
Alrighty, we are going to push her to map screen. And this is the last round of the night. I do thank everybody for coming and participating. If you have any feedback or any information, please feel free to put it in the feedback channel. If you have anything that you would discuss regarding the tactics of tonight, please put that in the tactical discussion thread in Discord. Any questions or comments or concerns you've seen throughout the night, please direct that to a staff member. We will address them as soon as we get your message filtered through.
Alright,
And I'd just like
Halama.
to say again, I appreciate everybody for coming and participating. For everybody who has gotten a subscription on Patreon, thank you. That's
Whoopsie. Cut off.
Rip Anderson.
I got forcibly channel switched. That is for that's for everybody. So thank you for doing that. We do appreciate that. But without further ado, can I get a brief?
Neutral objective, 2 sides, op 4, blue 4. It's connection game mode, so there's 3 terminals. You gotta control them, have them upload data for your team. Every 30 seconds, you get 1 point for every terminal that you control. And first team to 100 wins. That's it.
All right, any questions from our company leaders?
What?
Works for me.
What do the mat teams have?
They're standard RPG and mods. It's listed in the mission details, in case you didn't know.
This was a little biased to Op 4, only slightly though.
Awesome, thank you. No further questions from Blue 4.
Hot mic.
Alrighty. This is the last round of the night. Thank you all once again for participating.
Alright, jumping down before the big T-FAR move happens. There we go, P&J. Let's go see what each side has. I'm losing my marbles a little bit. Units are going to start coming in here. It looks like it is Blue 4 with G36Ks. And Matt team has a Carl Gustav. What's their, I'm curious about their machine gun teams. Yeah, what up? I don't know. I'm just whispering. Yeah. Blue 4 doesn't have any, machine gun teams, but they have a Carl Gustav. Op 4, they appear to be, also Blue 4 based with those, weird SAF rifles. Yeah, those are the, M120s or something like that. Yeah, it's really hard to hear you, by the way. Maybe you should speak up.
Speak up? Sorry, what did you say?
God, too loud. My ears.
Oh, there we go.
This looks like mostly a mirror match for what we got here.
So they've put people in a lot of different places. So it looked like Blue 4 had their tank teams completely filled with all 3 spots, but Op 4 decided to only do 2 people. Which is interesting.
How do I ban the streamer? Hey, I thought there were, so each side gets 2 tanks.
Yes, each side gets 2 tanks.
I thought it only said 1.
This is weird. Hey, do you see this game logic guy in your map?
Yeah, I do. 1 second.
Interesting. Why? Why? Why is that a thing?
You're scaring me, Boston.
Okay, you see where those AI are? If you go into the one where it's not game logic, the other guy, and you look inside that room, you'll just get a wonderful treat of whatever the hell this is.
What? What the actual fuck?
This guy in the corner. Just I don't get it. I mean, I like it. I don't get it. But yeah.
What happened here?
Can we just call it was Barbarian's fault?
Sure. Yep. That one's Barbarian's fault.
Yep. I don't know, man. I wonder if he took his medication today.
I'm so confused.
Definitely interesting.
It's also, if you look outside the door, there's a blood trail and a freaking radiation danger warning thing. That's
I think the blood trail even goes downstairs.
goes all the way to outside and then it ends on the steps. What?
Somebody had some fun.
I'm gonna look at the other terminal sites. So Terminal 3 has a lot of custom stuff built around it. That's pretty cool. And then I just okay, yep.
It
And then
was pretty basic.
Terminal 2 has some cars by it, but
I know the mission did say that there's vehicles, like transport vehicles, scattered about, but
yeah, so if you look at Terminal 2, there's two, in the building right next to the terminal, there's two, four-person, 4x4s, there's an off-road, and a quad bike in the same area. Looking over at Terminal 1, we have an off-road pulled in to, to little hamlets.
oh, the barn to the east of Terminal 2, it has a
Polaris.
a tractor and 2 quad bikes.
And,
it looks like
Dynamajig.
really scattered vehicles all over, so you can find them pretty easily.
Yeah.
I don't know
I mean,
how well they're going to be used. I don't think they're going to be used very effectively at all.
Are you allowed to use vehicles to ram into other vehicles?
I mean,
Or is that banned?
That's VRAM, so no.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this.
I don't know, because I've seen
Terminal 3.
boats
It's
ramming
got
other
the,
boats, and that was
preset
fine.
for the castle
Ooh.
that you can pull out of the Eden editor and just quickly place down. Oh, and that factory is also a quick place.
Hey, by the way, there's a big warehouse building between Terminal 1 and 3, a little in the forest. There's a Strider in there, but they're not allowed to ram things. There's also a mortar.
What?
There's a mortar. It next to the Strider with an explosive box next to it. Probably smoke only, but
Interesting.
I
if
would
you
like
noticed,
to
it
see
looks like
mortars, man.
All of these transport Vics are all vanilla, which is nice because that makes it. I mean, the tanks aren't going to do. They're going to destroy them.
See, there is one of those four-man SOCOM transport cars by Terminal 1. So that's the only non-vanilla one I've seen. It's by some concrete, I don't know what to call them, circular concrete things near the Polaris.
Yeah, I got you. I see that.
There's some go-karts!
What?
There's some go-karts outside Terminal 1. I would totally take a ban just to ram someone with a go-kart. I'm sorry. If he is not able to kill me before I run him over with a fucking go-kart,
He doesn't deserve
that's
to
on
live.
him. Yeah.
Are they in this building? I almost want to check like every single building now. Just
Yeah, there's
okay, where are they?
everything everywhere at this point, so that gives us something to look out for. I mean, there's a hidden mortar. I'm also curious to see what else is hidden, you know?
One, it also begs the question of like, how much is this going to play into the actual op? Because if you're busy looking around for vehicles or trying to manage getting people into vehicles, how much is that going to take away from you when
Very
the
true.
objective changes?
In a one-life scenario, of all things. I don't know. I would love to see, like, a technical or two or, like, a random 50 cal stat, because I'm willing to bet that mortar is smoke only. But I'd love to kind of, like, see that as, you know, whoever gets there first, there's a few defensive things that they can utilize. I think that would be a cool FNF concept.
Yeah, it's starting to get that feel of like one of those, what do you call them, battle royales, I guess?
Yeah.
It's getting that feel where there's stuff scattered everywhere and you can pick and choose what you want.
Mm-hmm. Maybe somewhere there's a sniper rifle someone can get. They can use it to blow off someone's face. I don't know.
M10, I want to say 8, but I know it's not 8. I think it's just the M100. The big 50 cal sniper?
The M107?
Probably, yeah.
That would be nice.
Like, go ahead. Take it.
Ooh, there's a gendarmerie police van by Terminal 2 in a warehouse, and there's another Polaris outside of it. I like this concept. I just, I would love to see, like, an armed Vic or two. And, you know, maybe some more defenses, but Jesus, the freaking... This just scares me. Who is this even a picture of?
I have no idea. It's definitely very interesting, and it's annoying that that's a purple mark on my map that I'm always gonna have to look at and remember what was in there. Oh, another basic off-road there. Oh, there's the go-karts. I finally found them.
I'm gonna take a picture of this. Sorry, I need this.
It looks like they're
for
mostly
something.
put in populated areas with just vanilla build or the map buildings there. So places where you might try to set up a defense is where the vehicles are going to be.
Yep. Oh no, those can also be used to make impromptu defenses and perimeters, but if they blow up, they could, you know, kill some people with the explosion.
So how has FNF been going for you? Fun? Not really? Pretty normal?
Admittedly, this week's rounds were really infuriating to me personally, just with some of the tactics that were used by certain people, the squandering of some assets being caught way out of position and just never utilized at all.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with this one. The tanks, though, it's going to be weird.
Well, we did have tanks, as you know, in the last mission of EU that didn't do really much, other than suppress the top hill at the end.
Well, Green Force tank did stuff. Op Force tank did fuck all. And again, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want to see the big booms used, man.
I don't know how much I can talk about it, but I know we did discuss it in our community leaders meeting with the staff between matches here about the tanks and using heavier ordnance or even trying to use lighter ordnance. I know one of the things that was brought up is if we try to go from tanks to IFVs, it's basically an upgrade.
Yeah.
Against infantry, because right now the tanks, they're meant to deal with other armor, not really with infantry, but saying that, if you downgrade them to IFVs who are meant to deal with infantry, it's going to turn ugly much more quickly.
I would be curious to see how BMP-1s get utilized, you know? But, you know, 2s or Bradleys with autocannons, that can get messy.
I know there's some of them that have just normal 14.7s on them, and not the autocannons. I think I've tried to put those in missions, but I just didn't balance it properly, so I had to remove them. Alright, well, looks like they're starting to get mobilized. I see OT4's got three transport trucks out. They've got one fully packed, one half packed, and one that's empty.
Oh, yeah, I'll ask. Boston, do you know if they're going to do anything with drones in the coming future?
Can't say. I haven't heard anything about... Wait, no. I know Night Owl had a mission in the works that used the... some drones, the UGVs.
Oh, that's cool.
But one of the things he wanted to do was he wanted to make it so that it leaves a terminal in there and you can hack it. So like if it gets lost out in the field, then the other team
can steal it. That would be cool.
Yep, and use it that way. But I think that would be something like a custom add action to switch its sides. And
yeah, exactly.
Terminal.
Sao uses a big chunk of the center of the map. Again, there's no cover range, so anything's fair game. We might see some wide flanks. Be curious to see what those tanks get utilized. I think both teams are going to think Terminal 3 is probably going to be a good spot to put tanks on. Because, you know, from the map POV, they don't know that that's a giant custom area, you know?
Well, from what I know right now, I think only Terminal 1 is being shown. So they have to go over to Terminal 1 and hold that, and after a certain amount of time, it should switch over to Terminal 2. And then from there, go to Terminal 3. I don't think all of them are active at the same time.
Oh. Huh. We'll see then.
Getting down to the last few minutes. Looks like 3 minutes left before they start. Still haven't really heard much in the way of engine noise on Blue 4. They're not even in VIX yet.
Mm-hmm. They're still getting organized.
That's not good. A couple of them playing around on the tank. Yeah, if Blue 4 cannot get out of their spawn by the time mission ends or even set up, looks like Op 4
Give me a little false start, yeah. Op 4, meanwhile, yeah, they're all ready to go.
I mean, I guess it's pretty easy. Just push everyone to the objective and try to fight.
Oh, he's got Severe with him.
Getting there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna put on some copyright-free music for myself because it is rather quiet.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I got some going for myself as well. It's always by this round, my brain, like, after processing so much, I'm just tired. I'm ready to go, man. I'm gonna make myself some nice supper and edit all this footage out, you know?
You're just like, and they're not doing anything. Okay, back to editing footage. We're gonna cut it right here. Oh, I heard gunfire. Oh, no, no one died. Back to editing. You got a 2-monitor setup?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so nice. Alright.
Got stream going on one, arm on the other. What do you see? What do you see?
Looks like we got a fresh spawn. Wayne getting in, looks like 1 minute before safe start ends on Blue 4.
It's okay. He can get in any Vic at this point and just go in.
Oh, okay, so looking at Op4 forces, they have a tank set up on the edge of the zone, looking to go more westwise instead of following the road, so that might go off on its own.
Very true. 1 minute remaining.
Other tank is probably going to follow in with the rest of the convoy there. So, we got 1 minute. How do you think this is going to go? I think Op4 is going to definitely get there first.
I think Op4 is going to find the purple flag site and then surrender to Blue 4, and then Blue 4 is going to wonder why they surrender, and then find it, and then surrender too, and it's going to be a draw.
I think it's going to be a surrender fight to see who actually surrenders.
I see.
Because, I mean, Op4 is definitely going to be able to get eyes on that first, but, you know, once Blue 4 gets in and sees it, they're going to be like, no, please surrender, man, you win. But Op4 is already going to be trying to, like, get on the ground and, you know, be war criminals, or POWs, and Blue 4 is like, no, this is how it works. We're your war criminals. Don't worry about it.
Personally, to be serious for a second, I think Op4 has a little bit of the advantage, because if it is going to be only Terminal 1 coming up first, they're closer. We'll see where that gets answered, though. But, you know, Op4 was already ready to go.
Yeah,
Blue 4 have all their transport Vic sorted, but the tanks aren't spun up yet, so I'm just noticing now they're starting to turn the engines on, so Op4 is just going to be a little quicker to the draw. Maybe that'll mean something, maybe it won't, but we'll see how things go. Meanwhile, Op4, it looks like one tank's going to go off on its own, another one's going to escort that convoy in for Blue 4.
That makes sense, though, because that's going to be the
still waiting.
The flank check, the tank, making sure no one's trying to get by or hit it from the side. Yeah, as you can see, it looks like they're all running directly at number 1.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Op4 is probably going to have about 30 to 40 seconds, if not a minute, before Blue 4 even arrives. Blue 4 fumbling a lot. Still, most of it barely, 300 meters from their start? Yeah, this is not looking good for Blue 4. They need to get organized and they need to, you know, move.
I mean, we're about to see what you said was right if Blue 4 drives past this terminal site. And it looks like they are.
Though that one Vic is going
far right, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what they're doing. Maybe they got lost, or they're a flanking force?
Perhaps.
I mean, that's a pretty wide, especially for an unarmed vehicle.
Look at McGregor at Blue 4 spawn.
Ooh, wow. Look at they're just, what is that, 3 transport trucks just completely bypassed from Platoon 2.
Yeah, I think all terminals are active at the same time.
Maybe. Yeah, because here goes command to the second one.
Yeah.
They're the only Vic there. Oh, Indigo, though. Indigo, I hope he brings people with him, because E1, D, and E2 are all going to roll up on them. And ooh, that's going to be rough. Yep, okay, it looks like all of them are active at once. No one's really going to the third one. Op4 setting up heavily on the first one.
Interesting how Op4 got to their zone first, but Blue 4 got the terminal hacked first.
I think they have to be maybe closer, maybe inside the building. I can't quite tell.
They got to go touch the terminal.
Oh, actually touch it. Oh, boy.
Yep. So Blue 4 has dismounted. They're going to try and attack on Op4's, I'm going to call it the base terminal. because that was the one closest to their base, but that's at Terminal 1. Terminal 2 has a lot of forces from Op4 also pushing to it with only a few guys defending, but now we're starting to see some Blue 4 forces branch out to go to Terminal 3, so...
Yeah, that Echo 1 force way down south. It's actually leading the group at the moment.
I think Op4 is trying to play the long game here. They've got 2/3 defending, 1/3 attacking. Meanwhile, Blue 4 just seems to be really scattered, and they might actually abandon Terminal 2.
Other thing too is that tank that went off on its own is just sitting way out there. No one around for miles, and even the Blue 4 tank. I hear some explosions.
By the way, Op 4 tank just fired around at the Blue 4 attack going on. I don't think there was any kills though.
Let's see where the 2 tanks are. Looks like one of them is starting to get close on the first objective, and the second one past the second. Oh, looks like they left. Blue 4 has completely left the second objective.
Yep. On top of your head, do you know what ammunition the tanks get in terms of types of rounds?
Probably APDS. Maybe 4 or 5 heat. I don't think they have any HE.
Yeah, that's fair.
Plus, of course, the machine gun.
Yep. So a Maz shot coming in to hit a random vehicle. Doesn't really do that much, though. I think they missed it. Shot right over.
Yeah, they're not looking at the tank. That's also...
No, that wasn't the Maz. It was AT4. My bad. So I don't know.
The off-road, it looks like. Near Wheaton.
Yeah, but it didn't actually hit. It went over and hit the wall. That's why the wall's knocked over behind it. I don't know why they're wasting AT4 on a car when there's a tank nearby, but...
Yeah, and it looks like Op4 is already digging those new Grand trenches. Those things are amazing.
Yeah, they had a lot more diversity for the trenches to work here. Meanwhile, Op4, that's what she said. Twig King just got shot at by his own buddies. He's trying to do a wide flank right here, taking more shots from his buddies as they fire overhead.
Wow. I think, he's the company leader, if I remember right.
Twig is, yes, so he's using that as an excuse to lone wolf. I don't blame him. Op4, meanwhile, they have had 1 death by Carpenter out in the open, and then Blue 4, I don't see any skulls there, so.
Oh, the command of Red 4 is about to get aced by that tank. Please see him.
No,
right
there's
there.
too much in the way of that tank, but he notices, so he's gonna pull around. Meanwhile, tank's starting to fire in with machine guns, gets a kill.
Yeah, forcing people to scramble, get behind cover. That's definitely what they want. Hopefully to get these infantry teams up.
2 tanks in the fight, 2 tanks in reserve.
Looks like Echo is doing a wide westerly flank on the second objective where no one's at.
Yeah, they're being cautious because they think Blue 4 is going to be defending it, but Blue 4 is going to grab that 3rd terminal. It's just how are they going to bounce back after losing Terminal 2? We'll have to see what they decide to pull.
And it looks like we had a late spawn here. Sergeant McGregor.
He's running.
Actually, he's stationary for me. I must be desynced or something then.
No, he's stationary on my side as well. Interesting.
Okay.
He's taking a stamina break.
Stamina break. This is good. Stamina break. Oh, looks like our favorite Nemesis is getting behind the main Blue 4 push here on the first objective with command of Red 4. Almost getting.
He's a marksman too.
Now let's see if Mito or Fun Guy spots Twig King moving out in the bush here. He's going after Lurch. Does he get
He's not going to get spotted.
So close. If anyone could just turn around and look in his general direction.
They never do, unless for the very rare times they actually do.
Oh, Fun Guy is running across. Let's see if Lurch and Mito follow him. They do.
They do.
Perfect opportunity to take some shots.
Throws a grenade instead. Better call, in my opinion. He's not going to give himself away, but look at that grenade throw.
Oh.
Knocking Lurch out and taking out Mito's legs.
I think Mito was standing directly on top of it, so he most of it at Lurch there.
Now Twig's going to come up and mop him up. Maybe.
We have to be very careful because Alpha, Sleshy, and Norton, along with the Platoon HQ, are also right there. So if he tries to move up on them and they see him, he's dead.
Is that the police van? So by the way, Op4, real quick, they've stolen a van and they're trying to drive around on Blue 4's flank, but there's a Blue 4 force right in front of that dismount point.
The two tanks north side of the objective passed right by each other. It looks like the Op 4 tank's following the blue one. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna call that right now. They got him.
I don't think the Op 4 tank knows because there's a hill in the way.
Yeah, but it hears it. It can hear from the other
Terminal
teams.
3.
Yep, there's Terminal 3 for blue. Come on, move up just a little bit more. Let's see if the blue tank can actually, look
Nemesis
behind
has spotted a few guys.
it. Oh, someone's in the gun, but looking the wrong direction. I can just barely from where Mountain's
I think that's a
tank is.
texture glitch. Mountain, he's in the gun, but his character's turned around because those turrets are a little tanky.
Yeah.
But I think Gorski's tank, they are looking. They're having a guy get out probably to try and scout for that tank because I think the Blue 4 tank cut their engine.
If I remember right, that's only a 2-man tank. But
You're right, yeah. So the guy, I guess the gunner or the driver have gotten out. Meanwhile, Twig King running up with Potato and Helios. Potato's found a go-kart. Yes!
Drive, my friend. Drive.
Excellent. And there he goes. Where is he going? I have no idea, but he has a go-kart, so it doesn't matter.
He's gonna go right past Nemesis on the road. He's coming right up to Nemesis.
Nemesis, look out! He's got a go-kart! Nemesis!
Do it!
Nemesis!
Do it!
End his life!
What is Potato even doing? He's just driving slowly.
I mean, if you got a go-kart, wouldn't you drive slowly?
No, I'd feel the need for speed. I gotta go fast. Really fast.
What is this?
Oh, he spins by Helios, doing donuts.
Iceberg, meanwhile, another marksman in the area, getting some shots in. I don't think he's gotten any kills, nope. But Nemesis is trying to hone in on Iceberg's position, hearing those marksman shots. Marksman going on a marksman would be a really good call. Twig King also moving back. Hopefully there won't be a miss PID here. All right, they've made contact.
Adderheim is starting to smoke Mountain's tank, possibly trying to help Gorski get his up there and take it out.
But that Blue 4 tank's turned around. They know something's up. But Mannerheim could get a snipe on the gunner of that tank.
Nah, the smoke's in the way at the moment.
But he is trying to reposition.
Yeah, and they got that NV or NSVT or whatever that is, the 14.5 crude.
By the way, Blue 4 pulled 4 guys back at Terminal 2, but they have a massive Op 4 force about to ambush them.
Oh, and it looks like they got Iceberg, or not Iceberg, the marksman of blue side, Twig King and Nemesis, but then started getting shot at by their friendly forces.
Are they down?
No, they're good. They ran back.
Okay.
Blue tank and red tank about to make contact. Here they go. Here they
Mannerheim
go.
putting some shots out.
Can they turn the turret? Turn the turret, boys! Turn the turret! Oh, and it looks like the blue tank gets away.
Well, that was just a cock tease right there. Meanwhile, Blue 4, they dismounted, got shot to shit, and one of the Blue 4 guys escaped on a quad bike and is now going to deploy behind Op 4 after he bandages, but Hudson's chasing after him.
Better watch out, boy. Here he comes.
Here we go.
On that bike.
And Hudson just saw it.
Down. He's laying down to get that stable shot.
Koak, he thinks he's safe. And Hudson getting a mag dump there. Koak has no idea what happened. Getting shot in the butt. There he is, down.
Yeah, so now both Terminal 2 and Terminal 1 held by Op 4, or almost.
Op 4 had an explosive trap, knocked out Fun Guy, though. Potato might also be down. He brought his quad bike up, though, which is the most important part.
Absolutely. Oh, looks like this Bridges engaging with 2 guys and gets them both. Knocking down 6 downs and someone else.
Nemesis and Twig King getting behind Blue 4 units, shooting them in the back of the head. Got 1 kill. I think Arcalis is glitched out. I just watched him take multiple shots to the face. And I'm hearing more tank rounds going off.
Yeah, I have no idea where this other tank is. But it looks like, yeah, Blue 4 is just getting outmaneuvered. Just every which way. That one attacking force that was attacking Terminal 1, basically it's down to 2 people. When it was, what, 10 or 15 guys? But they have heavily fortified Terminal 3.
Yep.
But in the long run, once Independent or Op 4 touches Terminal 2, then they're going to lose. Because if they don't send people out to take those objectives, it's going to be a numbers game.
Looks like Blue 4 is actually pulling away from this attack on Terminal 1. This is gonna force Blue 4 at Terminal 3 to send another attack. But Op 4, they have both of their tanks in close proximity, but the Blue 4 tank's pulling around, trying to look in the open to get a kill off the other tank. Mannerheim's pulling back in the AO as well. This is messy.
All right, where is that other tank? Okay, so we got one in the town for Op 4 of Terminal 1.
One's on the other one's on the outside of town towards the west. Blue 4 has their tank, one south of the one outskirt tank, and the other tank is defending Terminal 3 in the middle of Gisola.
Yep. The interesting tank placement. I'm surprised though that Blue 4 hasn't pulled their other tank up here to deal with this.
Hey, Iceberg, thanks for the raid.
That are up at Terminal 1. And I guess it makes sense, you know, you don't want to have a one-on-one tank battle.
Oh man. There's Red 4 guys on the building with our new Lord and Savior. I don't even know, man. I hope someone finds that.
They're looking.
So let's see, Bridges just shot C-Spans, knocked him out. Iota's running for his life away. And we have Nemesis and Twig King also coming around to make sure things are double tapped. Nemesis has 2 kills. Twig King has no kills, but I've seen him knock multiple people out.
I know Bridges got another 1 or 2 deaths over in this area of people retreating. Check him now.
But Op 4 has a sizable garrison on both sides. I don't see how Blue 4 is going to recover here.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to. Yeah, it looks like Bridges has 1 kill so far and 1 knockdown.
Blue 4 at 32 points compared to Op 4's 30. I like how I do see the point values now, so I know which team's winning. I believe it's going to be first to 100, right?
Yes, it's first to 100. I believe it's every 1 to 2 seconds. You get 1 point for each objective held. Looks like command of Helios is taking that Vic there. Arc Hollies is again glitched out with the tank supporting. Looks like they might try to make a push on Terminal 2. But little do they know, they're going to be severely outmanned when they get there. And
Probably think it was just a rogue element.
Hopefully, the Op 4 forces will call on their tank and make that other tank bugger off. Because it looks like the tanks just really want to not look at each other. Not be in the same area.
It's hard to tell which side has the body advantage because of the disconnects, but Blue 4 does feel a little smaller than Op 4 right now, especially, you know, with the few skulls considered, but...
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing, too, is that Op 4 is really spread out in the areas that they're occupying.
Honestly, this could have gone either way, too, because if Blue 4 didn't make that attack and instead just had that attack force hold Terminal 2, they would be the ones in advantage right now. It's only because they let go of Terminal 2 without a fight and instead dedicated to hitting Terminal 1 where Op 4 was going to be strongest. I think that's the only reason they're losing right now. Otherwise, they would have been able to, you know, just hold these two and wait Op 4's attack out, you know?
And it looks like that vehicle with guys in the tank are not going to Terminal 2. They're gonna try to secure and fortify Terminal 3, which I think is the wrong choice here.
Definitely.
Or maybe. Let's see where it goes. Either that or they're gonna try to make their way through the forest and try to take the off-road route into
We have an SUV from Terminal 3 with Blue 4 guys. They're going south. Might try to go to Terminal 2 as well, but Blue 4 really just needs to regroup and try again, because that's all they have left, but it's unlikely that they can bounce back from this position, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it looks like Iota and Basebeard still trying to look at Terminal 1, getting that captured, but Burgess and Nemesis are moving up on Iota, who's crossing an open field right in front of them. Let's see if they see him. Oh,
well,
no,
Bridges noticed.
They spot Basebeard, actually. They don't spot Iota. Oh, good GP round, but it does nothing. Here comes another one.
Little far, maybe a few shrapnel hits on the legs, nothing too serious. But now you have Op 4 firing at their own positions because of missed PID.
Hopefully they can call that rather quickly before one of them gets hurt or goes down.
Meanwhile, Blue 4 making a push. Blue 4's lost a tank.
Good job.
They were going to try to take Terminal 2, but tanks are super loud, and along roads, it's really easy to hear them coming, so it got AT'd and oofed.
Bay, yeah, that was Bay behind him on the other side of the road, and he puts another one in with his Maws there. Now, if he could just hit those trees right in front of it, he could get
Nappy giving out 5 subs. Thank you so much, Nappy. I hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope all of you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you're all staying safe on COVID-19, and I hope you get a kick out of this one.
Right there, Bay, right there. There's a random spray, but can't quite get the kill.
Oh, man.
And looks like Bassbeard and Iota are just getting pinned from both sides with Bridges. Oh, looks like finally taking out Bassbeard. Iota.
Blue 4 is doing something weird. They're pushing all their forces out from Terminal 3 to make an attack. I get that, but they did a force split. I just watched the tank also gun a Blue 4 guy down. That was pretty cool, but you don't want to do a force split. You want to commit to attacking one objective and...
Yeah, and here comes the OP4 tank down the road towards Terminal 2.
Yep, they got a kill.
Behind it. Yeah, they just don't have the power anymore. With that one tank down, that's most of their advantage.
OP4 has OP4's pulled both tanks down to Terminal 2, so that's gonna make Terminal 1 a little harder, but I mean, just Blue 4's got a lot of guys that are dismounted, but we also have look at Iota with Bridges.
Yeah, they're right there.
But Bridges found Iota. Ouch.
Yeah, but he just gave us.
And Nappy, thanks for the 3-month resub.
Nemesis hiding behind the blue tarps.
Guys, I have 9 more months till 1 year, right?
1 or 2 kills in before they even
Be
notice.
advised. Hope you keep enjoying the ops, man. Thanks for those gift subs, and I hope you get a kick out of this one.
Good shot.
Yep, getting a little bit of return fire, but he's at a good angle. I think he just got another kill.
Good check.
Nope, he has no kills yet. All right, I thought I saw a blue light flicker, but I mean, Nemesis coming up on the rear of this position. I mean, he's the marksman too, so he can engage from range. Meanwhile, looking down, Blue 4 is intermingling with Op4 forces. Got McGregor fighting with Carlson here, and there goes Carlson because it looks like he ran out of ammo.
For Blue 4 right now. Oh, carrying in shot of it. Toothless, but
Toothless wins.
Then we got
pretty
Banks
even.
About to face off with Hudson. Nope, Banks doesn't even see Hudson. I think Hudson sees Banks, though.
Why do we have this one Blue 4 tank just chilling back here? Honestly, like, I get it's fortified, it's back here, but, like, that's not really a good angle to cover. Honestly, I would have just sent that in with the offense. Blue 4 kind of need to go all in at this point.
Well, lucky us, we get the big view here, and they don't.
Exactly. So that Blue 4 group, looks like they got one of those Op4 guys killed. I think it was Bridges. Meanwhile, Arcor is medicing himself really close to Twig King, and Nemesis was also getting some licks in from the rear, managed to knock out Weiss from the looks of things. It might have actually been by Twig King, but if Arcor were to get up and look right, you gotta love the fog of war here. They're so close to each other. Only they knew, right?
Yeah. And it looks like the uniforms are rather, it looks like it's a brighter green for the Op4 forces, whereas Blue 4 has this darker, almost...
Yeah, PID is going to be pretty confusing. Oh, Arcor managed to get up and look over to Twigkin and drop him. Mannerheim, meanwhile, pulling back, trying to do a wide flank, and I'm willing to bet Nemesis, he is closing the gap as well, and we'll probably get more licks in on that Blue 4 group.
Oh,
meanwhile...
Yeah. But Metallic is looking right back in his general direction. I think he knows something. Oh, Nemesis sees Metallic, who's bandaging a dead person. Good job.
Banks just walked right past Hudson on the southern objective. Neither noticed each other's footsteps. Interesting.
And it looks like they're finally bringing one of their tanks up. G-Legs and Stray Dog. Probably gonna be the first one to encounter that.
Yep, so they're dividing their tank forces. That's really good. And Carlson just got caught behind, in between Dooley and Shoopeless and got lit up. Nasty enfilading fire. Karin was caught in the open. He did not stand a chance there. Whew. English.
Yeah, but by doing that, Montgomery might look in the right direction to catch Sergeant McGregor, Alexis, and Snow moving up along with Dooley, but Dooley's looking the wrong way at the moment. Yep, looking the wrong way. There goes Dooley, and there goes Montgomery. Thankfully, it looks like Drake's way out there. with the... Nope, that's not the marksman. He's just a normal rifleman.
Arcalus's body, man, is freaked out. Like, so many people. Like, the tank just got spooked seeing a blue 4 guy with AT right there, and they just put some rounds on him to make sure he was dead. And now it's going for, nope, not a ram.
Now it is. Wow.
Gotta love this glitched out shit. Meanwhile, Indigo Fox getting into a fight with Buckets. Both caught reloading. Buckets quickly trying to pull back and maneuver around, but Indigo Fox wins the reload war just by a half second. But Cyrus is now coming up to finish what Buckets has started and gets the headshot and knocks him out. Mannerheim getting an AT shot in a Vic nearby Farks. Nemesis getting some licks in with his marksman rifle as well. Man, Nemesis is on 5 kills with that thing. Hot damn. And now you have some blue 4 guys pulling back and around.
Those 4 going out. Looks like Farks and Nemesis are probably going to be the next matchup over in this side.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to get back inside where Weiss and Archer are. But by doing that, he's going to give Nemesis a big red flag of where everyone is.
Blue 4 tank pulling out of its defensive position, finally being fielded in, realizing that it was being pointless over there. We just saw Mannerheim double tap somebody that was prone out and about. I think that was Farks, yep. And now Nemesis and Mannerheim are going to push into this building. Hopefully Arcor will hear the footsteps.
And Drake is going to get another blue 4 kill.
Grenade gets thrown in.
Come on, Drake.
Mannerheim getting the double tap. Arcor getting hit through some of the wood here. Nemesis, however, flanking around and delivers a nasty headshot. And that is that blue 4 force pretty much wiped. Again, that force split was way too bold. And it just...
And it looks like it's reduced down to 2 people. Snow still down over by the Vic. Alexis was hit by Drake, but was able to get up and kill him. But Banks
managed to steal the terminal.
Yeah, he steals the terminal right from under all of the OPFOR forces here.
So it's just Banks and Stray Dog still up, but stealing that terminal. I mean, that was smart. Misu looking back, wondering, wait, what the heck? And he might try to re-breach that. Banks pulling away. I mean, yeah, that'll make OPFOR freak out, but...
Gonna get hot by Huddleston, or is Huddleston gonna see him?
Oh, Hudson sees him, and Hudson gets the drop.
Yeah, I don't know what Stray Dog's doing hiding behind that tree, but he's gonna have the green shade come up behind him.
He's not gonna. I've noticed people aren't looking in trees, man.
Stray, not even gonna try to.
Not even gonna try to engage. Yep, little squander there. But that's okay. At this rate, Blue 4 is pretty.
They're done. That's
pretty
easy.
screwed. Yeah.
I mean, it's a 72.
It was a cute round.
Yeah, it looks like OPFOR still has most of its forces. I'm only seeing. Let's count skulls. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
You gotta remember, a lot of people that die on the 3rd final round will disconnect from the server, so
But
their
still,
skulls don't get counted.
It looks like OPFOR still has most of their forces, while Blue 4 is basically dead. Oh, looks like G1, the tank, finally moving in on Terminal 2. This one fielded by Rust. Who's his code
Yeah,
commander?
fuck
I
that
think
bush.
it's,
Get it good, Azariah.
Mohan. Yep.
Are you telling me there's a Blue 4 tank that's actually gonna do something?
I don't know. All I know is it's running over.
It's using his dead friend as cover.
Yeah, because I'm behind the turret cap. Not like it really helps with the sound. Though, for whatever reason, the OPFOR tank is just firing MG.
Yeah, I think it thought it saw something and it's shooting at an invisible guy. You gotta hate those invisible guys, man. They'll totally get you.
It's not the invisible guys, it's the Wendigos in the forest. You gotta be careful.
Ah, definitely.
Wisps too. Sometimes the occasional Bigfoot, but if you see Bigfoot, it's better to
Wait, this tank's gonna pull up and it's gonna shoot Sholin, please. Please, Mr. Tank. I cannot believe Sholin survived. Oh. Mr. Tank is...
That tank's looking. If it can just get a little bit further up, it could possibly see the other one.
Oh, it put a round right into the other tank!
Oh, that tank is down. They're gonna be freaking out now.
Gun's trying to turn around.
But that engine's cooking off.
Another round goes in.
Oh yeah.
That blue 4 tank needs to move because the gun is still operable.
It needs to do that or put one in its turret right now. Nope, and the tank fires back, but ooh!
Managed to get a knockout too, and cause it. Wow, that's gonna cook the tank off.
Yup.
Oh, someone's gonna bitch about the balance with that one.
They're the same tank though. They're the same tank. Yup, there it goes. There goes the cook-off tank.
Okay.
Tank is just
How
fine.
does 2 hits in the engine not cook off the tank? But
a hit to the side?
that's
I mean,
a little sus, if you ask me.
yeah, and here comes the other Op 4 tank up the road just to make sure. We got one blue 4 vehicle.
I guess it hit
from
the
B1
ammo rack,
with
but
4 people making its way up. Oh, that tank stopped just perfectly. Let's see if it notices the Vic. Let's see if the Vic notices the tank.
It's up to Stray Dog.
Even then, you know, they're really guarding that terminal now. They've got a Nelson inside, make sure no one can get in.
Nemesis is in a quad bike lone wolfing into Terminal 3. I mean, if I was Nemesis, I'd just balls to the wall that position because at this point, Blue 4 has to be desperate to get another terminal. But Stray Dog, let's see if he can channel his inner Metal Gear here.
There's a lot of guys looking in his general direction. If he,
Ooh, Misu's looking right at him.
Casey and Mordog are also right there. He has to be very careful. I don't think
Misu doesn't notice.
No, he didn't even see him. Oh, and they're all pulling away. Only Nielsen looking through a window, looking the wrong direction.
Stray Dog going for it. Walks right behind Misu.
How does he not see that?
I guess Misu didn't hear the footsteps over the,
He has to be careful though. If Stray Dog does that doorway wrong.
Chup gets knocked out. Nelson freaks out and shoots Chup.
Oh, but now everyone's coming over. Casey firing into the building. Misu coming up behind him. Can he do it? Can he do it?
Oh, Stray Dog on 2 kills.
Stray Dog, be very careful. Stray Dog, be very careful.
But he runs into Misu. But Stray Dog's got backup coming in.
Oh, there's the tank. Hey, it's the vehicle right in front of the tank. Oh, there goes a shot. Play of the game right here. And there he goes. He's down. But this caused a perfect distraction as those 4 guys in the vehicle have moved up. They're really close to the objective.
They don't have any AT to deal with this tank, though.
Yes, but they don't really have to worry about that tank unless they're in a vehicle or, you know, close enough for the MG to fire. Oh, but that second tank is moving into the woods with them. Yeah, no, this is it. With only Killinger and Metal Wolf up. Oh, Killinger going down to a grenade. Nielsen looking out the windows, trying to hit Metal Wolf. Or Metallic Wolf. Yeah, these 2 guys are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Maybe with a little wood.
It is just 2 blue 4 guys left.
Here comes Wardog. Come on, Wardog, look around that corner. Wrong corner, but right corner. There goes Killinger, and there goes
2 drops.
Yep, that's it. That's all of the blue 4 force.
There's the double tap.
And it looks like
I don't think it's gonna play though because our Callus is Oh no! No!
What did they do?
Severe's tank just MG'd Wardog before he could double tap Killinger.
Oh no, miss PID. Hopefully someone can go out there and revive him. Oh,
Killinger woke up for a second, but he's not waking back up. That's Ace is calculating he has enough blood to wake back up, but then like his pain knocks him back out or vice versa.
Yeah, let's go. I think Nemesis is getting close to taking the last objective there. If that is Nemesis, yeah, that is. He's in the bunker.
Yeah, but he's just making sure it's clear.
Oh.
Come on, Nemesis, do the touch.
That's only 2 things
there
left.
There it is.
2 points left. Yeah, that's game with all of Blue 4 dead and all of the objectives taken. Well, that was a fun FNF match that went south.
It's probably the quickest out of all 6 tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it went pretty fast, and you know.
I love how Yanni was shooting Green Shade's feet through the wall, and now they're shooting each other, and Yanni wins that firefight?
You got
Question
along
mark?
No, it's end of match. It just showed up that Op 4 won. So
Well, no, but before that, Yanni was shooting at his feet, so I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows?
All right,
well,
thank you for shouting this one with me, my man.
Yeah.
See you
if
next
you ever
week.
Need more voices, you know. Let
Yeah,
me
of
know.
course. I'm gonna jump up.
Yep.
All right, guys, that is it for this Friday night fight. That was an interesting climactic ending.
For any friendly
I've got
incidents where
nothing
the tank
else to
hit
say.
people on Op 4 side, I do apologize. We didn't see you until the last second.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate Operation. We'll be back Sunday. Tomorrow we'll have a Liru Shenanigans video go out on the Shenanigans channel, and more videos come out. Otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one, and go operate Operation. Good night.